told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes. So you couldn't wipe off that grin. I know where you've been. It's all been a pack of lies. And I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, I remember, don't worry. How could I ever forget? It's the first time, the last time we ever met. But I know the reason why you keep your silence up. No, you don't fool me. The hurt doesn't show, but the pain still grows. Some stranger to you and me. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord. Well, I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord.
I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord. And good morning, everybody. We started off the show with a little bit of Joan Jett doing some Fake Friends, taking us back all the way to 1983. Woof, 1983. And then, of course, we followed that up with a little bit of Phil Collins. That's 2 years older, by the way. And that song, with that drum beat, how they did that drum beat was actually an accident. The drum kit got over-mic'd. And that's where you get that big wrenching thud. But essentially, that accident became something that everybody started using in the 80s once they heard it. So sometimes accidents can be a good thing, for the most part. What do you think, Kadan? Kadan?
I don't usually. I avoid it like the plague.
She was an accident.
So, yeah, we're broadcasting. We didn't do it last night, but of course, we are the Spanish Inquisition. No one expects the Spanish Inquisition. So we show up when we show up. But we're glad there's quite a few insomniacs hanging in the chat, waiting for us, and I think we should say some good mornings, don't you think?
That's so.
That's a sound plan. By the way, Samaj is asking, why is Kadun so quiet?
Why am I so quiet? I don't know, actually. Probably because my phone's mic is a dick nugget. And likes to choose when to pick up my sound and when to make me sound super loud or when to cut me the fuck off. Which is probably the wiser of the two choices, so good job.
I turned you up, see if it worked.
I mean, that'll turn it up for you.
Yeah, it won't actually turn it up for the stream. You're hitting yellows but not reds, so I can understand that. So yeah, let's do some.
If I made some really, really loud, annoying noises, it'll get better.
Woo! So
I
good.
made myself echo.
Good morning to an immortal Ghost Dog 999. Good morning, Jeremy06. Good morning, Wikipedia Snippet. Good morning, Jay the Magic Robot. Good morning, Bearman Prophecy. Good morning, William Stenchever. Good morning, Anublad. Good morning, Evil Dead Ed 666. Good morning, Buzz of the Hive. Good morning, Metaforest. Good morning, Adawolf. Hey there, Adawolf. Good morning, Penoid. Good morning, Anti-Hero.
Good morning, Doc.
And good morning to Samaj.
Top of the morning to ye.
And good morning to Grant Sanford. You think you can do this?
I probably can. No.
Oh, okay.
I just give me a moment, please, because yes, just hold on.
Deep breath. Focus your thoughts.
Memento por favor. Gracias.
Iré cuando ocurra. Iré cuando.
Entertain the audience for a second, Doc. I have to handle something.
Okay. It's my show, but I rarely provide entertainment. So I have heard. I'm kind of good with that. Now, of course, you guys already know that there are people that are with us already. That's how the Discord goes. Good God. The Discord is, it's befuddling to me. And I'm incredibly pleased at the fact that there are people who want to jump in and play with it. And they want to make it better. They want to put fun things in it. And, all the bells and whistles. It's, I've always had the proposition that only thing my car needs are, 4 good wheels and a decent engine. And I will drive that son of a bitch. I don't care what it looks like. As long as it gets me from A to B, I am fine with it. Stripped down, rusted out, does not make a difference. But, these guys have come in. It's almost literally Pimp My Ride. And I'm hoping that's still in the social collective mind of the old Pimp My Ride show. You know, they just come in and they do their thing. William says maybe you can get a new co-host who can afford a laptop and a mic. You know what? I am willing. I'm willing to take the negatives, kind of push those aside, and play with the positive. I think Cadunt's got like one of the best voices in our neighborhood, as far as a broadcaster voice.
Well, thank you. I lost like everybody's names in my head except for like a couple that stood out to me immediately. So I'm not gonna try anymore. I apologize. Normally I would have made the attempt. So sup, bitches.
Are you hearing what up, what up, what up?
Yeah, I had a what up in my head, and then of course Ghost Dog I remembered, and Jay the Magic Robot, because his name pops up just rarely enough that clicks in my head. And then Wikisnippy was another. And then of course Samaji. So that's about it. Everybody else has just gone blank for me, and I'm sorry, guys. Like, I would try a little bit.
She still loves you in a completely platonic way.
Trying to deal with a couple things. Sorry, like, you know, there's only so many things that I keep in my mind at one time, and unfortunately, names started to fly out the windows. I was handling some real life stuff.
Hey, if you gotta do a thing, you gotta do a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
So we're gonna go to the big screen. Bang! There we are. Woohoo!
Look at us, fancy.
Nice, big, blurry heads are going to appear. And currently, right now, we have Enu Vlad. Good morning. Welcome to the stream.
What's up?
And we have Antihero. Good morning. Welcome to the stream.
Sup?
Vanilla Gorilla also now in the stream.
Hey, and good morning, Tom. How are you?
What's going on, Doc and Kadon? How y'all living?
Hold on, I'm turning you down because, dear God, that was loud. And if you guys heard an echo, that was likely through me.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm fired the fuck up, man. I passed 2,000 subs today.
Oh, you hit 2,000?
Yes, I did.
Oh, well, congratulations. That's awesome.
Why, thank you. And I had an awesome stream today, and I legitimately think, like, there might be, like, fuckery afoot with these shootings and shit.
Oh, yeah, we're actually going to get into that in just a minute because, you know, as people know,
It's the Illuminati.
I live like a mile away from the Dayton shootings. It was literally on my street a mile down. But yeah, we'll get to talking about that in a moment. I want to make sure we get all the stuff out of the way. Currently, Ty Man is on his 5th day, his quest to join the Hall of the Immortals. And yeah, he's on day 5, so he's kind of at the halfway point right now. If he gets 9 days in, then he joins the Hall. And if he makes it 10 days, he becomes the GOAT, the greatest of all time. And with that, hey, Kadant, would you? Well, I haven't had to re-wrench anybody. I haven't seen anybody yet. Oh, by the way, good morning, Bastard Beast. Good morning, Athena, goddess of wisdom and warfare. And good morning, Cupboard Cat. Oh, a good morning, best friend too.
Sup, bitches. I'm just gonna stick with sup, bitches.
Oh, good God. So, would you like to explain the CW? Drum roll, please.
CW is a cable network television
Yeah.
program. Oh, wrong CW?
Yeah.
Okay. The CW, as you all know, or if you don't know, the IRS, aka Doc Griffin's channel, is a wrench no state. So if you come into our chat, you automatically get a wrench. Now,
As a matter of fact, just to slow you up for just a second, there are two new people who just popped their heads in. Good morning, Nicole Bolas. Good morning, G Prime. Have a wrench. And good morning to Toya A Nice.
Hi, Nicole Bolas. That's a Magic the Gathering reference. Hi, G Prime, and hi, Toy.
Oh, and one of our immortals slid in. It's Turish. Good morning, Turish.
Hi, Dirt. You little shit. I didn't even know it was you when I saw you in the Discord, and you're like, oh, hey, by the way. I'm like, oh, you fucker. So, we here at the IRS are a wrench no state. That means when you come in, you automatically receive a wrench. Now, there are some of you who don't like some others of you, and would very much like to use your wrench powers in the most responsible of fashions. Well, the CW allows just that. It is the capitalized wrench no state. You pay Doc Griffin $5 in Streamlabs. Give a name, and their wrench is gone for the night. You go ahead and take your nice, big, thick, hard blue wrench, and you beat the motherfucker over the head with it as hard as you want. But if they pay us $5, they go ahead and get their wrench back. And if they pay $10, not only will they get their wrench back, but they can go ahead and choose somebody to take the wrench from. Thus, the capitalized wrench no state wrench wars shall begin. Thank you.
Dun, dun, dun.
And good morning to Sweet Vale.
Hello, Sweet Vale.
Just came in there. So yeah, did you want to talk about the title first, or did you want to talk about the shootings first?
We can go ahead and talk about the shootings, because honestly, the title is as quick as this. No matter what anybody believes, no matter with whom we associate, we still will just hang out with you and talk with you. That's kind of our thing. And if you don't think that, then that's just what you don't. And if you want to disassociate yourself from us, that's on you.
Yeah.
We don't discriminate here. Too harshly, anyway. Depends on how brown you are. I'll just put it as that.
Just a quick add to it. Especially when you're drawing lines that are using the color of crayon that says guilt by association. Yeah. Just not feeling it. Just not going to do it.
I still think we could build a really big Walmart if we just glass the Middle East.
That would be the most epic of Walmarts.
I'm just saying, you could put a lot of Walmarts and ghettos on the Middle East, right?
I'm not going to argue with you.
I'm a fan. When one of our new ones says, "Okay, that's nice." So it's Monday. Yeah, it's technically Monday. So yeah, you guys hang with the people that you want to hang with until they give you a reason to not. There's a lot of people out there right now that are drawing a lot of lines, and that's fine. Do it in an artistic way, but don't do it in an autistic way.
Listen, if you want to be autistic with it, go ahead. That is your choice. But I'm letting you all know now, I don't have a problem with you. I mean, unless you're Scooby, and then I kind of have some issue with you. But I'll still sit here and talk with you like a person if you're aware of how to do that. And if you can't do that, that's just something you can't do.
Yeah, I'm complete. You know, we've talked about having Scooby on, and he wanted to come on with conditions. The biggest one is that Cadunt can't be on the stream while Scooby's on the stream. Well, you know what? It's the co-host is built into the show.
Wait, don't we have a Scooby here right now?
Do we?
No, we don't.
Damn it! Come on, do it!
Tired. Look, I am tired. I am lonely. I am slightly overweight. My hands are covered in Cheeto dust. I do not have time for this nonsense.
Just put your fucking mask on and do it.
It looks like you're doing a fine. You know, why don't we have Pinoy do it? He already sounds like an idiot.
That's true.
Hey, motherfucker! Look here, all right?
Excuse me,
You
my
have to put the
linoleum knife is
mask
right.
on first, Pinoid.
You can only have my better be goddamn ready and shit. We need the terrorists to distract from all these fucking gun grabbers and shit running around.
I don't think you quite understand. I'm already in the back of your truck waiting.
Oh, you're
Ooh.
gonna be there a while, yo. It's a long ride up to Massachusetts.
I'm sitting there in the sleeping cab just waiting.
No, you're not. I just put my bag back there like fucking 2 hours ago.
Ladies,
I don't see-
ladies.
I'm coming up to pick you up right now. All right,
Hey,
calm the
ladies.
fuck down.
Hey. You're both
Hey.
gorgeous, okay? Who's pretty girls? Yes, you are.
Yo, but can we address the shooting? I got my fans are in the motherfucking chat right now, and I found out new information that I think we should share.
Doc?
Yeah. Well, I tell you what. Are we going to talk about the because there to me it weirds me out. We got the NorCal shooting, and then 2 days later we get the El Paso shooting, and then
I'm gonna make it weirder.
okay, and then we've got the Dayton shooting.
Okay, so here's some weird shit. First off, some boomers done found fucking the El Paso shooting's dad's YouTube channel, right?
Okay.
And the guy is most definitely like a hippy dippy weirdo fucking idiot, right? And I'm gonna put it like this: the kid lived nearly 9 hours away from where the fuck he went shooting at,
Yeah.
and it just the whole thing doesn't seem proper. Like in general, like he lived in a fucking neighborhood where the average income was like $150,000 a year, right?
Yeah.
So this is remotely new information. Like I had Hardcore hit me up, the guy who usually comes on stream here with y'all. He hit me up and gave me this, and then I found out some information on my own. Apparently, the Dayton shooter, when he went out to the club that night, he went out with his sister. Then they split up. He came back with fucking like the armor on and the fucking AR-15 and shot his own sister.
Yeah. They say by report she was the first one. Because they were in a patio area because smoking has been banned in buildings in the state of Ohio. So all these bars built these enclosed patios so people could go out and smoke.
Yeah, and it was at a country and western bar, which is a weird fucking thing to begin with.
Ned Peppers is kind of country, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a white person bar.
Well, just to give people the image, the place where the shooting happened was a place called the Oregon District literally it's lined with a few shops, but mostly there's in a block and a 2 block radius, there's about I think there's 8 to 10 bars. So you can guess.
Front row.
It's kind of like a shitty Midwestern Mardi Gras.
Yeah, every city has these. I have one in mind too. But they do the same thing. It's like 8 or 9 bars, some like bullshit shops, a couple bodegas, and like there's like a diner down on the end of it, and I've like 2 or 3 diners and an all night restaurant. So like everybody can eat at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Like every city has this now.
I heard a rumor. I'm back, by the way.
Welcome
Shit
back.
shut down all randomly, like everything went dead except for the net. I don't know what the fuck happened, but which is usually weird because usually it's the net that dies. But I've heard a rumor and seen some things that made me think it might be true that he was an Antifa supporting leftist.
Okay, so picture on my screen and then thumbnail. I looked at it and I thought,
You were roboting.
am I still roboting?
Sounds good so far.
Okay. All right. So I put up a picture on my thumbnail today and in my stream of this kid, and he had a leather vest on. I figured he was like, LARPing like Burnside. But like, if you look at the one patch, it says "No Nation's Flag" or some shit like that. Right? I think he might have been an Antifa guy, and I like from the way they were putting it. I caught an article that said he was kicked. He wasn't allowed in the bar at that Pepper's place, right? So I figured like maybe his girl was in there, and he went in there shooting. So
which shooter is this, by the way? So,
The Dayton shooter.
actually, Pinoid, they actually revealed that this guy was a communist. That he made posts saying "kill every fascist." That he even in his Twitter he wrote, that he was a leftist. He said he was going to hell and not coming back. He wrote he/him. Even went to what apparently a communist church or some crap. This guy and people are suspecting this guy was full blown Antifa.
Well, all right. Here's the question, though: how much of this is just conjecture?
Well, I'm
How much of
looking
this
at.
has been confirmed.
I'm looking at screenshots of the person and his Twitter accounts right now.
send them to my DMs, please, if you would be so kind.
I'll do that right now.
Thank you, sir. I need them for like tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video on it. Because I've been following it as information has been revealed to me. The most recent information I got was at noon today. I did a fucking stream, and I caught as much as I could, but then more shit came out throughout the day, and I just couldn't keep up with the updates.
Yeah,
I have to go through the thing.
as a matter of fact, in the biohazardous waste room, in the general, we've been stacking up shooter information in there. So
I got a bunch of shit in mind too, as well.
But I sent it, Pinoid. Check it out.
Thank you. It's appreciated. It's appreciated, sir. And but yeah, the weird thing that I find is the fact that he shot his sister first.
yeah.
Which, if I had to guess, and this is all conjecture, I think it might have been a murder-suicide.
I think
And honestly, since 8 people died, Wifey and I were speculating on this. Maybe what set him off might have been that she was with a boyfriend, and he didn't like that boyfriend. That's complete speculation.
Or he didn't like that she was fucking the boyfriend and not him.
God damn it,
Yeah,
Kadar,
yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
I was
dude,
actually going to make the statement that maybe what happened was he got pregnant, or he got her pregnant, and he didn't want to get caught.
Oh, then the count goes up to 11.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. America has an incest problem they don't want to talk about.
No, they don't.
Yes.
What are you talking
Yes,
about?
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
It's only a problem if it turns into implication. I can't maintain this argument. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it all goes with when I lived in the projects, there was a lot of cousin fucking going on.
I bet.
Yeah. Like in Baltimore, down in the city of Baltimore, they have whole neighborhoods where like fucking it, like the cops go in and it takes them like 2 hours to sort out who's related to fucking who, because they're like, that's your uncle and your brother. What? Hang on. And wait, that's your dad and your grandpa? Yo, seriously, come on.
I am my own grandpa. Yep, but I have a question.
By the way, Metaphor says Scooby knows he will get raped by Cadunt. Oh my!
Oh,
And
lower my standards that much.
and the Nicole says, I seem to remember you saying you'd release a certain video stream or a certain stream today. Yeah, I said I was considering doing the release on Monday.
Considering does not mean actually going to. It just means I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. What I was gonna say is on the whatever the fucking mass shooting. Oh my god, I can't talk to you. My question is, what was the murder weapon?
It was a civilian AK-47 down in El Paso and an AR-15 up in motherfucking whatchamacallit,
Ohio.
Dayton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what did the shooter use at the Garlic Festival in NorCal. No
idea.
I thought it was an automatic weapon, or an assault rifle.
It's a semi-automatic rifle, and I mean, like, I have one right now. It's not,
Yeah.
like, yo, man, listen, yo, people need to calm the fuck down. Like, we need to be able to have this fight out. Like, they need to make assault legal so that we can just have a fight and not worry about the fucking cops.
I actually think that every person that got shot died as a direct consequence of not being armed.
It was a WASR-10 semi-automatic.
By the way,
civilian AK.
By the way, you want to know something ironic? I'll just throw this in. They are having a crisis drill in Dayton on the 6th and 7th for some type of catastrophic event. I put, I'm not doing anything, so I sent them an application to be a part of it. But I guess it happened early. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see if they accept me. I want to be some guy laying on the ground going, "Oh, help me." I'd be cool with that. Seems like an easy job. Not as good as a prostitute, because when they get fucked, usually there's air conditioning or at least a fan. So, okay, sorry, I didn't mean to derail. So, do we have a linkage between these three?
Well, the second two, maybe. The first one, I'm not sure about.
Well, the first one, according to some reports, they had the shooter had reading material that ranged from left to right. So, like, they had some stuff on white supremacy, as well as some stuff on extreme, like, Muslim or Islamic extremism or something like that. Like, that's been, so they, and they've said a bunch of different things. Like, they've posted and written a bunch of different things. And so, like, the FBI are saying, please, like, don't start going into speculation about this. We still don't know the actual cause for the shootings or why they had done what they did, but it could vary. The range of their motivation seems to be a possible, a very large variation.
Well, and for El Paso, immediately they had tweets up about him supporting Trump, him being a Trump guy. I mean, just instantly. And it's really weird because of the fact of what is allegedly the political affiliations from the shooter in NorCal and the shooter in Dayton. They don't seem to. It's like Washington Post came out with immediately came out with race, talking about shooter kills 10, and I think 6 of them were black. If you
wasn't dating 9 people?
well, I mean, 10 including the death by cop.
Oh, you count himself?
Yeah,
All right.
why not? He's dead.
I'm
So
not counting him as a person. Communists are not people.
but they could be
No.
if they
They
change
don't
their
think
ways.
that communists is a race. All right? So, like, basically, they're not people.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I found that out this weekend.
Let's see if I can find it. God damn, it was a Washington Post. Yeah, okay,
Well,
there it is.
They immediately went in the race because the El Paso guy released that fucking that whatever his fucking motive was, whatever the fucking thing, his thing, and like that got into race and race mixing and all this bullshit. You know what I mean? And the Mexican invasion. I mean, like I don't know, like fucking hardcore. You know what I mean? Had made some good points. I'd like to have more evidence on that, but there's a fuck ton of actual evidence that this. Excuse me, Dayton, Ohio shooter was was a goddamn fucking absolute false flag. Just by the fact that he shot his fucking sister first. Like that one there is a whole new thing, and he didn't kill her fucking boyfriend.
Well,
Whatever the fuck she was with.
well, and here's the thing: when the New York, it was New York Times. When New York Times put out the article, they specifically put out the sex and race of the people who got shot. I have not seen that before. That to me seems a little shady. It doesn't matter what their melanin was. It doesn't matter what their sex is, because these people are just fucking dead. And I personally think it's disrespectful that people are drawing color lines.
I think it's important because to bring up race, because some of them aren't people.
Ugh.
No, but the race question is an important question. Like legit, it's one of those things where you go, all right, well, fucking like, why did this dude do this? Did he shoot a whole bunch of white people? Did he shoot a whole bunch of black people? Did he shoot a whole bunch of Mexican people? Why the fuck was he out here fucking shooting? And then the other half of the question was, there's another, I think 23 people who got hit. And I'm not sure how many of those off a stray, but like there was another 23 individuals who got clipped.
27 actually.
27 was? All right,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's another 27 people who got hit. Who the fuck were all these individuals?
Well, now the one cool thing though was there's usually always police in the Oregon district because basically it's a pub crawl. They just go from one bar to the other. And police were there, and they took him down in under a minute. He started shooting, and they dropped his ass. I mean, he didn't have time to kill any more people because they took him out in under 60 seconds.
Yeah.
So congrats to the police because they were there, they were on it, and I don't know how many people that they actually saved because it's a Saturday night at the Oregon District. It's fucking crowded.
Although, okay, can I just say that obviously, like in both Texas and fucking obviously, like, there's gonna be more of a gun presence You know, especially with police on hand.
Mm-hmm.
And how many lives were lost in the El Paso shooting?
Was it 24?
19.
Wait a minute. Well, I'll check.
It was. I know it was 19 at the time when he got shot, but some people there was a bunch of people in the hospital. So who fucking knows now?
Well, because I'm starting to think that because with the Garlic Festival shooting, like it's California. I mean, mind you, it's Northern California, but it's still California, and California is known to have some of the strictest gun laws.
Let's see here. 20 people dead.
There's 20 less mouths to feed.
Come on, CNN. Put your shit together.
But at the Gilroy shooting, at the Garlic Festival shooting in Gilroy, there were only 3 who died. 4 if you count the shooter who shot himself, and then like 12 or 13 like that or something like that were hospitalized. Maybe I may have that number incorrect. So, 3 of the
Well,
survivors,
okay, so jokes aside, Pinoid, what makes you think it's a false... Or rather, sorry, what do you mean by false flag is what I mean to say.
I mean, Antifa LARPing as a fucking right winger. Trying to get guns banned.
I think it would be more likely that the media would spin it as that than the shooter actually going out of his way to do that.
Okay, so the one in tech, right? The manifesto had left and right wing, had a lot of that acceleration and shit, and that concerns me, right? Like that concerns me that like maybe there is an entire underclass of these accelerationists who, really want to take down the country as a fuck. They just want the whole society to fall as a whole, and like this ideology scares me because I understand it and I remotely agree with them. Right, like I think it's not a bad idea. Like I'd like to see this fucking it's kind of like one of those. What did fucking Jefferson say? He said, if there is to be war, let it be in my time, so that my sons can know peace. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like if this shit's gonna happen, let's make it happen fucking now, so that we can get it the fuck over with. But like these individuals going out here to fucking shooting, talking about eco-terrorism with the Christchurch and this dude here down in El Paso and possibly the guy in Dayton. I'm not absolutely sure what the situation is, but with Dayton, the real question is whether or not this was a murder-suicide, whether it was a crime of passion, like whether it's because the dude got kicked out of somewhere, because he was working at he was working in the kitchen. Like I think he was working at like a fucking what they say, like Outback or some shit like that, Chili's, Applebee's. I think they said he was working at Applebee's most recently or something like that. So he was a bum ass loser motherfucker. He's never done anything but retail. He worked as a pump jockey at a gas station, like fucking. He was just, like a convenience store clerk for like 3 goddamn years.
Well, and still living with his parents. So and his sister was too.
Well, and with
so
the Dayton guy,
the
Dayton guy. Okay, so I have a question. What evidence is there that it was right?
Where they at?
Almost none.
Well, I mean, like I don't know what their claims are. Is what I'm trying to say.
They're trying to say because black people died, it was a right wing crime.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, they've already gone to the house. They've already seized his computer and any other articles.
Okay, so now I'm going to respond to Bearman here. He says, quit trying to shift blame away from your side, air quotes. It's all our problem, like it or not. I mean, the latter part of that is more true than the former, I would suspect, because, like, see, my major issue with this, and this is, I think, an important take here. From what I'm seeing, which is pictures of this man's Twitter history, from what I'm seeing here, the person was most definitely politically on the left. Now, whenever you have media of any kind trying to spin that story away from that, because, you know, of course, they're politicizing the entire incident, which, by the way, is what people should really be bothered by. Whenever they're shifting the blame to the opposite side of the aisle, what ultimately that does is it causes a demonization of an entire political side of our discourse, which, by the way, results in the elimination of discourse. And the elimination of discourse is probably, in my opinion, far more tragic than just 22 random people I've never met being shot, that, frankly, I don't care about in the first place.
Well,
wait, hold on just a sec. I wanted to go back in the chat, because when I was reading, Nicole says, wow, so you're not going to release it, huh? Fucking shady. What do you have to hide, Doc? I don't have anything to hide. I've got to, you know, I said that I would release it. I even gave a promise that I would. But in my own time, I'll put it out. That's no problem.
Eventually.
Yeah.
There's no time limit on when you have to.
Yeah. And, well, Bearman's saying, media exaggerates and deflects, definitely. But I don't watch TV. Yeah, but still, where do you get your news from? You go online, and the information that's getting fed to us is the same bought and paid media. There's a few decent sources.
This kind of goes to what I want to address real quick, is the fact that, look, this is our war spilling out onto the streets. Right, this is our war being brought to normies who have no idea that it's even being fought. This is that, this is us fucking right-wing individuals on YouTube and 4chan and 8chan, coming out here and swinging against the left wing on fucking Twitter. And,
by the way, Evil Dead Ed, if you're in the Discord, just go over to the folder that says biohazardous waste. It's got descriptions for El Paso and for Dayton, and it's also got the manifesto, which I want to talk about a little bit later.
Well, it's just one of these things. Whenever, in my viewpoint, the elimination of discourse by weaponizing political ideologies is a major risk factor of shit like this.
Yeah,
and people like to minimize the importance of that, which I would argue is part of the problem, because it's contributing to the extremism that we're experiencing. And every time the media comes out and tries to blame an entire an entire side of the aisle over a tragedy, it's just that in of itself is. I don't know, like that, to me, that's just as much of a crime.
Well, by the way, thank you, Cadunt, for throwing in the Discord link. So if there's anybody in the chat who hasn't jumped onto the Discord, please feel free. That's where we're going to be broadcasting from for a little while, because we're searching for other media resources, and that's going to take a little bit of time.
Is Google gone? Is the Hangouts gone?
Hangouts is dead. Yeah. R.I.P. By the way, why doesn't Sparky have a wrench? That's weird. Good morning, Sparky. Have a wrench.
That's why.
By the way, good morning to Eric Folms as well.
And I should add that this whole thing with trying to eliminate discourse also contributes to the perpetuation of the current issue we're seeing, in so much as, like, now whenever you do that and you vilify an entire side of the aisle, you give cause for the left, the opposite side, to want to become more extreme against them in retaliation for what had occurred, which to me is very devastating.
Cadunt,
they have no idea. Hold on. No idea we exist.
Kadan, is the hazardous waste folder open to everybody?
No.
Can we make it available? Or do you not want to, or?
It is available to all of those who have been rolled.
Oh, okay.
Almost all of those who have been rolled. Of course, we have the one special roll, and dear gods, my fucking neighbors need to get a handle on the dog.
The reason I ask is that Evil Dead Ed is a patient, I think. Yeah, he's a patient, but he can't access the folder. So.
Yeah, well, remember, biohazardous waste is for certain things, so that's why. But
I thought we were just putting shooters and crappy things in there.
No, it should be accessible to patients.
Okay. God.
Label the one that you're gonna put shit that, like, you know what I mean, is like.
I think we lost Tupinoid there. Yeah, basically it's going to be, it's labeled as for your drama needs, and it's got pictures of both shooters. I didn't put anything in there for the Garlic Festival shooting, but okay, what? Okay, so Nicole's saying, so Doc, what if I told you I had the stream, huh? Well, the stream was privated. I have the stream, but yeah, there hasn't been no replays on that. Wait a minute, did I private it or did I unlist it? I forget which. But
I
yeah,
don't know what happened.
Anyway, I can. I promise that I will make it accessible, but in my own time.
God damn it! Another fucking drive-by. Can you guys not think?
Did we lose Anti?
Yeah, unfortunately, his connection has been wonky, so he's just like, I'll just listen.
No, okay. Well, that shit happens.
But yet, like, yo, there's a really important discussion to be had there about, fucking, like, the boomers have no idea that any of this shit is going on the internet.
All right, but here's the thing that I want people to be aware of, and this is why I'm one of those who, like, please do your research, and if you want to go ahead and make some speculations and go off of conjecture, that's fine, but don't search only for the stuff that fits your speculations. Look at every single source that you can find that has the least agendized spin to it, if you can. I avoid, like, all major network stuff just because, like, I get annoyed. And if I find a bunch of, like, smaller things, I just keep looking. And I keep looking at all the angles because every side spins it to their angle. So you want to try and find the truth within the grain. And it could very well be one of those where it is a bunch of, like, little Antifa fucking fuckheads who are planning this thing for one purpose or another because it's moving east. So if within the next week or so another shooting or two happens that's similar to this in some way, shape, or form with similar patterns, then we'll be able to truly know. But for now, like, it's all just coincidental, and it seems like the El Paso and the Garlic Festival, the Gilroy, both of those seem to be the ones where it's the least wonky as to what side it is, because it is said that, like, they had both left and to right, kind of materials.
By the way, the Gilroy Garlic Festival, it happened on July 29th. 3 people were killed and 15 were wounded.
This guy is a fucking spurg, man.
Which guy?
Sorry, did I say that out loud?
Which guy?
No, he's saying, I have it, Doc, last chance. Last chance for what? Yeah,
Yeah. Can't sweat these motherfuckers, man. You gotta let them be. Don't address them. You know what I mean? Like, the more you address them, the more power you give them, the more they motherfucking stand here and gonna talk shit, interrupt what the fuck it is you're doing, and drag you into nonsense.
Actually, Evil Dead Ed, if you are in the Discord, well, we'd open the door for you if you'd like to stop by. Just hop in the waiting room. It would be nice to have Wikipedia in too, because Wiki's been around for quite a while. So we'll make the open invitation, because I'm really curious about what people think about this, because a lot of people are getting in the mind of the conspiratorial.
Dude, it's Illuminati, man.
Well, now you guys, did you read the manifesto from Christchurch?
I read both of them on the stream.
Okay, so we know that was a lot of cut and paste gibberish. That they were just basically taking bullet points from somewhere and just slapping them on.
They were trolling. I know they were trolling like fuck, but I don't know about cutting and pasting.
Well, listen. One thing that we know for sure and I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. Obviously, every single one of these shooters, from Christchurch to Gilroy to El Paso to Dayton, every single one,
okay,
obviously
hold on. Wait.
mentally unstable.
Wait, a Bible Ninja is in the chat. I'm gonna give his wrench back. There we go. Apparently there's a countdown going on.
Well, let's Kadun has a really good point. Here's the other one though. I don't like to discount people who have the nutsacks to go out there and shoot 20 or 30 motherfuckers.
Well, I'm not a fan of what? When Tonka kicks your ass. The fuck?
Yeah, again, stop letting them have power, Doc.
Well, shit.
We here at the IRS totally support the capitalized Wrenchner state. You want them to have their power taken away, you gotta throw in 5
Suspended.
bucks.
Kadant?
Yes, Doc.
You want to click that link?
What link?
Dead Air.
Yeah, what are we doing here, man?
I am chief of Dead Air. Nicole posted a link, and it looks like somebody sniped the Kadant stream.
Birds, man.
I got nothing to hide. If it's there, it's there. Maybe he recorded it while as it was going on.
Yeah,
But it looks like it looks like the full show.
Well, cool. I liked it. There you go.
Yeah?
Enjoy, Nico. Nicole.
Yeah, I mean the first 3 hours were pretty damn good. I enjoyed the shit out of that. But
well, at least people will finally get to see me call him a shitty chieftain.
yeah, I mean, if it was an NBC show, it'd be when Tonka's attack.
Or Tonka Week.
You know, it was gonna come out anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I actually kind of figured this would happen on it. But, yeah.
Well, whatever. You know what? There's your like. Enjoy.
Yeah. We're not taking a wrench away for that.
Why the fuck
We'll
not?
take the wrench away if somebody pays $5.
Yeah. Now, actually, bear with me here just a second because I don't have it up. I never do have the Streamlabs up. Sparky's Tech Corner dropped $5 to say, take away Sparky's wrench. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh,
Sparky.
we've only got one in the chat right now.
Where is he?
I gotta scroll up to find him. There he is. Okay, well there you go. Wrenches removed.
Because I think Sparky made a new channel.
I don't know. I haven't a Viable Ninja. I can't actually listen to the stream. I mean, I have listened to the stream and released the original without the repeats. I have no idea. And gee, thanks, Nicole. Yeah. Let's see. Listen, you all wanted the man to come to town. He beat your asses, and now the bolus beat your dicks in. Oh, I am made up. I am made up? I don't get what that means.
Repeats.
By the way,
Magic Robot.
yeah, have a great night, Jay. Thanks for stopping by. It is what it is. If you guys want to go listen to the stream, I guess it's now available. So, there you go.
This beef shit is so dumb.
But yeah, I think it's important. I think it's really important that we figure out is this targeted? Is this false flag? Is this something that basically they're just trying to drive the narrative?
They're trying. Yeah, they want to get rid of guns, right? Like, man, listen, because they want open fucking borders.
I don't know. I mean, okay. Bible Ninja saying, I am made up equals English slang for lol winner. Okay.
Like, and I said it earlier on my stream and yesterday on my fucking video, like, yo, look, if you're going to demographically replace the goddamn fucking peoples and then stand there and devalue their fucking currency, destroy their fucking savings, and, you know what I mean, like, just sit here and beat the shit out of them on a constant fucking basis, call them racist, tell them they're all homophobes, and everything that ever happened in the history of mankind is their fucking fault. You know what I mean? Eventually they're going to fight back. You know what I mean? And, like, they don't want you to have guns to do so because they want to take that power away and bring in fucking socialism and communism.
I'm confused. Did I de-wrench the wrong Sparky?
I'm so not going to spoil this for anyone.
Well, what?
Watch the stream.
I can't watch the stream. I'm fucking busy.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it when the show's over. But I have already watched it, and it gets a little spurgy at the end. I'll admit that. But yeah, there were some. There might have been some hands thrown, and there might have been some beatings put out.
Through the screen.
Huh?
Punches through the screen.
Nah, well, yeah, Spurg's gonna Spurg. So let's see here. So yeah, I mean, every article that I've read from mainstream media automatically goes into the gun control narrative automatically. Everything that I've read, from the Garlic Festival to Dayton, everything I've read would be like, oh, these people died, and all of a sudden there's, well, we need to talk about stricter gun laws. And it's like, ooh. Let's see. Oh, good morning, Goat Man. I'm sorry, I did not see you. And good morning, Colin McLeod. Apparently, actually, Ghost Dog dropped two. He dropped $10. Thank you, sir. And he says, for the Booze Fund and for Nicole Bolas and a Viable Ninja. Wow, he's double wrenching.
Okay.
Or double unwrenching.
Well, I'm actually gonna follow with the wrench beatdown because I just got told that my P streams are weak and I'm offended.
Yeah, I don't know if Nicole's ever gonna come back, but there you go, WrenchCon.
By the way, hi, Colin McLeod and Bastard Beast. I'm not trying to kink shame him. I'm just so confused.
No.
I don't know. I know my streams are the shit, so I don't give a fuck.
Because what's it, Sparky, hold on. Sparky was saying, that was one of my alts. I wanted to have fun. Oh, okay. You enjoy beating yourself off in the chat.
Good God. I don't think I
Damn,
can.
Jeremy's going to town. Look at that.
Jeremy kind of favors the unwrenching. Let's see. I was trying to see. Okay. Hey.
Anti-hero. Yeah, somebody apparently leaked the stream. So that's pretty much what's going on. And then somebody paid to have a Viable Ninja and the guy who leaked it apparently.
Just unwrenched.
Or unwrenched, 2-time amount, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm too tired.
Yeah, no, some people are throwing beatings. So yeah, I'm curious. Motives aside, are we looking at a targeted attack to once again? Because there has been no time since the 70s where there hasn't been some type of gun legislation going through Congress. So, I mean, what do you guys think about this?
It's been too long without an actual fucking war. We need to somehow get rid of nuclear fucking weapons so we can go back to like fighting and like solving this shit ourselves. Like, I don't know if you remember The Godfather, like fucking he said, look man, this shit needs to happen every 10 years or so. It clears out all the bad blood. Like, we need to have it out and like have ourselves a goddamn revolution and figure out what we need to do and whether we still need to be a fucking country on the other side of it.
No, that's weird because Deb just sent me the pictures of the guy who did the Garlic Festival shooting and the guy who did the El Paso shooting. I'm gonna copy this picture and no context tweet it. They look alike.
That's to be expected.
No, I mean they look like cousins. And here, let me just go ahead and kick that out. Yeah, that'll get me in trouble.
Maybe just a little.
There you go. Trouble is my surname. I went and changed it. Unfortunately, it canceled out anything that I was doing. I had sworn that I'd go do something, but the name change kind of ruined everything. Now, here's the thing too, because the Shooter's Manifesto from El Paso popped up first on 8chan. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows what 8chan is. And
No, they call it a far right fucking website on fucking city.
they're saying, or Washington Post is saying.
Wait, are you just suggesting it's not a far right website?
I'm saying it's the right wing extremist website.
Oh, well, I mean, that's the same thing as far right, really.
But dude, 8chan is extremists going everywhere, wherever they think that they control or stir more shit. That's the general purpose. I mean, people talk about weaponized autism. 4chan's good, but 8chan's twice as good because it's 8. But actually, Frederick Brennan, he's the guy who created 8chan, and now he's recommending that the site be shut down. That they take 8chan offline because they allowed the posting of the information for all the shooters. They also posted all the Christchurch stuff too. And so,
does that happen? Like, Jesus Christ! Like, this is why we have this problem in the first place. Is they keep pushing motherfuckers. It's either A, these are Antifa LARPers, or B, these are individuals who were pushed so far into the fucking margins they ended up getting like legitimately Naziized, and they fucking did this shit.
well, but yeah, I mean, they're talking about shutting down, or basically recommending to have 8chan shut down. And it's like, why? I mean, Spurgs are just going to find another place.
They'll make another place.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how I see it is simply this, okay? Whenever you get rid of their meeting ground, you immediately make them an unseen enemy. And, I mean, quite frankly, that's far more dangerous than an enemy of which you know the location of.
Yeah, I'm basically, I mean, the shit happened in Dayton a mile away from me. And I live on the same damn street. Literally. My sister lives just back behind, my Irish twin lives just back behind the fucking Oregon district. So, I mean, she definitely heard the shooting. I honestly, being a mile away, I'm kind of like desensitized when it comes to gunshots living in the ghetto. But good God, there was a lot of sirens going.
By the way, welcome to the stream, Bastard Beast.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, Bastard Beast, welcome.
Yeah, finally made it.
Did you wanna chime in on the shootings?
Well, yeah. Whether it was politically motivated by the individual or not, it's going to be used as a political tool.
I can't disagree.
First off, you're going to have the far leftists saying we got to ban all guns, as is their modus operandi, and then you're going to have the right wingers pretty much playing the victim card, saying they're trying to punish all of us for the actions of one crazy person.
And once again, I can't disagree. It's a wonderful tool to try to get people in line.
Yeah, one thing I've actually noticed lately is the far leftists, they're straight up not claiming any of the shooters. They're saying they were all white right wing. And I'm like, okay, explain the Vegas shooter then.
Oh God, I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
And there were what, like 50 something people killed.
Yeah, it was
And he did it at a country music concert.
Yeah, he busted a window through the Mandalay Bay and started opening fire.
Yep.
And really, they just kind of, there wasn't a lot of investigation to it. I mean, like within 3 days, they were just like, "Oh yeah, this is what happened," and it's all done. And
yeah, and it's also shady, like what happened at El Paso, in which they said there were multiple shooters, and then it quickly went down to one shooter. Because in Vegas, they had people going through Caesar's Palace in Belmont saying there's a shooter in there.
yeah, it befuddles me because I mean, the guy had the guy had noise canceling had a noise canceling headset on in El Paso, and walked straight in. Unfortunately, he didn't get to suicide by cop. So I've got a feeling, and I've talked to a couple people that he's probably going to end up dead soon. While he's in custody, I don't think they really want to try and take this to court. If they do, he's probably going to be completely silent the whole damn time.
He's probably going to get the same treatment as a Denver shooter.
You think?
They got him in custody. He's going to be pretty much the example for everyone.
Yeah, I'm kind of partial to that too. That they're gonna do just a quick gloss job. Yeah, find out that he was on psychiatric medication. I'm sure that's going to come up. I'm almost positive.
He'll end up being on some kind of psychiatric medication.
Yeah. And people actually blaming the meds, I'm sorry, I can't really truck to that. But it's
I'll tell you one thing. All these people do have one thing in common.
What's that?
They all came from single mother households.
Yeah, they're all broken homes.
Okay.
Every one of them came from a single mother household.
Well, tie that in for me. How's that important?
Well, the lack thereof of discipline inside of somebody's life, a male role model to be able to tell you, like, oh, you can withstand shit instead of, like, zapping out and going out and shooting fucking 50 or 60 fucking people when you get upset.
Well, that, and he never had anyone to live in fear of, because that's pretty much a dad's role, is to keep that son in check.
Yep. Teach you how to be a fucking man and respect your own fucking life.
To know there's consequences for his action. That's why these people don't do it, because women can't raise boys after a certain age. Once they hit puberty and they can, catch that slap, it's over.
Yep.
The kids, if there's no dad to beat his ass, he's going to do whatever he wants.
I've released information before about fucking, they're standing like moms at this point. They get so upset they'll put their fucking 2-year-old on psychiatric medication. There's something like 500.
And that's how to raise my child kind of attitude.
Yeah, that's really a difficult thing. But I don't know if I can tie a single parent household into into creating shooters.
I would make the argument that there are a lot of kids on psychiatric medication. There's a lot of adults on psychiatric medication. There's a lot of kids that are raised by single parents, whether that be single mothers or single fathers. You could, possibly make the argument that it increases the likelihood, but I wouldn't make the argument that it's as a direct result of that, because if it were, we would have far more.
It could certainly be an element. Oh, by the way, good morning in the chat to Lynn, Deb, and Eric, you know where the Discord is. Stop by. You can stop in.
Yeah, another problem is, thanks to JFK, we just don't have enough psychiatric wards or mental health facilities left anymore because he got manipulated due to his sister. We don't have the facilities left anymore to actually take care of all these people.
Well, I think one of the major issues, in my personal opinion, is that there's not enough research. More, you know what I mean? Like there's very minimal research on a lot of these psychiatric issues. So,
yeah, and where would they do that?
It's not the issues that are the problem. These drugs are disassociatives. Right, and if anybody knows anything about a disassociative, right? Like, if you ever like sat and talked to a recreational user who uses dissociative fucking drugs, Like, it literally feels like you're not inside your own fucking body. Like, you're watching your own self do
apply to every drug or every person, like, period. Like I don't even buy that logic. Like, that's like,
It makes you pliable like clay. You're very easy for it.
It's not that. It's that you're no longer responsible for what you're doing because, like, you're no longer doing it. Like, it's not you.
So,
like,
okay, so what you're saying is we shouldn't give schizophrenics medication.
Yeah,
they're not. Again, like, do you know how much? You know what the percentage of people who are
1%
being treated for schizophrenia is versus the
1%
rest
of the population.
No. No. Do you know what the percentage is of individuals who were treating for actual psychological disorders and the percentage of individuals who were treating for bullshit nonsense that doesn't exist because they feel as though they need a pill because they've been on it since they were 4?
There is. I don't think there is a single mental illness that just simply doesn't exist or is made up. The vast majority. I mean, there are actually. I take that back. There are 2 I can come up with off the top of my head, such as that are not based on neurology. So, for instance, gender dysphoria actually has no neurological element to it that we can find. However, on the other side of the coin, the very common one that everybody likes to point to and claim doesn't exist, which would be ADHD, actually has a very heavy amount of neurological backing. It has
none.
It has
none.
They can identify it with a fucking CAT scan.
by the way, hold on.
They can identify it with a CAT scan.
Okay, hold on. Since Antihero is having a problem getting back in with his interwebs, he is in the chat and he says, "Pinoid, you dumb fuck! I already disproved your whole psych meds shtick with your own fucking website."
No, you fucking didn't.
Fuck off with that.
No, he fucking did. No, he didn't. Yo, he stood there and said, "I don't like this website." I don't give a fuck. Those are CDC numbers, nigga. You can fucking bitch all you want to. Those are fucking Center for Disease Control numbers.
Pinoid, let Doc
take that
finish.
bullshit, walking.
Hey, let Doc finish.
He also says people on meds aren't weak. People who actually need to be on meds are doing the right thing. And this is a ridiculous argument solely because Pinoid doesn't believe that mental disorders exist.
I don't believe that the vast majority of them fucking exist in the manner in which they're fucking told on a regular basis. I think there's way too much evidence that says changing the outside environment around an individual has way more of an effect than actually medicating somebody.
Yeah, but that's kind of the part of the problem, though, isn't it? Like, say, depression, for instance. Like, the whole fundamental reason why it's a problem is because they're incapable of actually changing their environment. It's the whole point of depression. Like that's the whole reason it's a mental illness, is because you become pacified with the monotony of the shit around you.
And by the way, Lynn, if you want to drop in, you certainly can. She says Crucius' father is a licensed professional counselor who specializes in addiction recovery, according to his website and the Texas Department of State Health Services.
I actually read his profile.
That's interesting.
And it says, I read his profile, and it says that he specializes in sound counseling.
I don't know what I know what sounding is, but I don't know what sound counseling.
Yeah, exactly.
But Pinoid, the fundamental issue here isn't that the disorders don't exist or that the medication. The fundamental issue is, from my vantage point, is the entire purpose behind the medication has been compromised. The purpose behind the medication was to treat the individual for long enough that counseling could give somebody the tools to be able to, on their own, fix their fucking problem. Whenever you just hand people medication and you don't actually send them to counseling and you don't actually allow them to go through treatment to actually be able to acquire the tools needed to become a better person, you're not doing anything. You're just putting a Band-Aid on a pre-existing problem.
Well, what you're doing is you're giving them a Band-Aid every fucking day to keep putting on the goddamn problem.
Yes, well, yes, and this is why I always advocate that whenever you whenever you decide that you're going to be treated for a particular ailment, like you should also receive counseling as well. Just taking the medication alone doesn't do anything. And yes, will create a dependence on that medication. Sure, whether that be physical or psychological. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, like the fundamental issue is this cultural idea that shrinks are bad and you shouldn't go to counseling, and that's the problem.
You mean
sell more pills?
You mean that
counselors don't push pills, psychiatrists do.
Well, so basically, you're saying that this is being pushed as a societal norm, that
Yes.
people shouldn't do counseling.
Yes, that is being pushed as a societal norm. First off, like there's a misconception that psychiatrists do counseling, and typically, in my experience, they do not. Usually, it's the psychologist or just a simple family counselor. And the social norm is like, for instance, the term shrink is a negative thing in respect to counselors. There's a negative stigma around it, and a lot of people have a lot of shame in going to a counselor. But it's easy to go to a psychiatrist, get medication, and hide the fact you have a problem. And this is actually a cultural fundamental issue in our society.
Well, I can see that. By the way, Anti has been able to come back in. What's your take on this, Anti?
Well, first off, because Tom P there flipped out instead of actually remembering what happened. The website that you used, Tom, if you would care to remember for a brief moment, was a website that actually aligned with your own views that there are no real mental illnesses. So right off the bat, I'm sorry, that's not really something you can call credible.
Yo, they stated, hang on.
Nah,
we were arguing,
Yeah, see, I'm trying to make a point, and you've been
No,
talking.
because over here
Tom.
I was citing,
If
like
you're
I was
not
citing
gonna
the
finish,
fucking,
I mean,
like
there's
I was
no
citing the
point.
website's rhetoric when I was citing the
Tom.
numbers that came from the CDC. They
going.
used.
Tom, please let him finish his point.
No, he's
The
fucking
numbers-
strawmanning me. It's fucking
I'm not
bullshit.
strawmanning you if you'll let me finish, you ridiculous watermelon-sucking asshole. How about you shut the fuck up and let me finish instead of
How about you
spouting
stop
your ridiculous
strawmanning me?
bullshit? Then let me finish, you unpleasant bitch. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's homophobic.
The next point I was going to make is that your fucking numbers that you're supposedly quoting, you were quoting them vastly different than the page itself was quoting them. You said, oh, look at all these numbers, and you lumped them all into one thing as psychotropic medications and psychiatric drugs. When in fact, the vast majority of those numbers were all kinds of drugs. Not just fucking psychotropic medications. You're making this huge mountainous molehill out of a bunch of tiny little grains of sand. Now, will I agree with you that there are probably more kids on meds than there should be? Yes. Do I think there's fucking millions of them like you're constantly claiming? No. Learn to read your own fucking numbers of the site you give people. Jesus Christ.
Hey, Google is complicated, all right?
I looked at the site the site he used. And he's upset because the website... Okay, you have to unblock yourself, Tom, because you're blocked. You're muted, and I don't know why.
By the way, good morning to Gaming and Yelling. Yeah, Tom, why are you muted? Come back. This is the time to do the response.
Did he put himself in the corner?
I don't know. He might have.
There's only one
That's
person
you're
I mute.
not. Name isn't baby.
There's only one person I mute, and that's Tonka.
Yeah.
Y'all got me muted, huh?
A Viable Ninja says...
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. By the way, a Viable Ninja says, if I pay £50, will you all fuck off? And good morning, Zal. Welcome to the stream. Colin's saying, I have to say, Chicago and New York had so many drive-bys and stabbings, but no one in the mainstream media said a thing about it.
Well, Colin's got a really good point, and I want to bring something up. I think last night, AP had on his stream, it was the same day as the last shooting, or I think the first shooting that happened in the last 2 or 3 days. There was this African-American teenager or young adult, I don't know the exact age, in some neighborhood who was just taking pot shots with a handgun at every white person that drove by because, quote unquote, I don't like white people in my hood.
Yeah. Yeah, that was his That was his confession, and it was on camera.
But the news didn't report on that. Nobody cared about that. But when the white guy goes and shoots a couple of people, regardless of their color, white man bad. I mean,
Well, the white dude got a body count. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
whether you got a body count or not, when you're sitting there
Because that's
popping off,
happening every day.
when you've got a body count or not, when you're sitting there popping off rounds of people, and then you say, I just don't like white people in my hood, so I'm going to try and kill them. Well, just because you have a body count doesn't mean it's not new. Again, that's agenda-driven news.
Okay, but
In the public.
but I do want to give Pinoy the chance to respond. So, Tom.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, I mean, like, fucking the site did say it was psychiatric medications. Those are CDC numbers. They're not medications for, like, all the kids who are on antibiotics, for instance. They're not on, like, it's not, they're all taken uphill. It was all psychiatric medications, and it measured all the kids, and by the way, it's between 5 and 7% of all of our fucking school children are on some form of fucking psychiatric medication at any given time. That's an actual fact.
I never
And
said
it is
antibiotics.
millions. The number's in the millions.
I never said antibiotics, for one. For
You
two,
said any.
your initial point, especially that particular night, was psychotropic medications, which were an incredibly small fraction of the total number of medications your site listed. Go home, restudy your shit, then get back to me. Oh, and by the way, if you're gonna have this argument with anybody, you should really, really try to find some level of, I don't know, common ground somewhere in there. Which you can't, because your constant rhetoric is that there are no such things as mental illnesses, and if you think you got one, you're just weak and you're not a man. Fuck off.
Yeah, but I think you feel some sort of kind of way because you're constantly on some form of psychiatric medication.
I'm just.
Yeah, you're taking this shit
Hold on.
personally. That's the fucking problem.
Hold up. First off, you think I'm on meds? I have not taken a medication a day in my life. I have rejected even the thought. What? Excuse me. Now we're gonna try and say that I'm on meds? No. See, I take it personally because this is like your personal fucking hobby horse, and no matter what anybody tells you, nothing gets through your thick ass skull.
Yeah, everything
So
gets through my thick ass skull. You
I'm
know
just
that.
tired of hearing the same rhetoric. No, it's not that I know better, because if you knew better, you go and redo your research so they come back to the same tired websites.
By the way, good morning to Sir Adamantine in the chat.
What did he leave himself? What?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's been having connection issues, so either he did that or he got BTFO'd. One of the.
I hope he drops back in.
He probably will. Actually, it looks like he shared a screen cap. Maybe that was part of it.
I have no clue.
Yep.
Okay, this is it's the same shit he was showing the last time.
Okay.
And if you go and look at the full website, you'll see that it breaks it down way deeper than that. But anytime you bring it up to him, and you're back, I can see. Anytime you bring it up to him, he doesn't listen to it. So I'm not taking it personal because I'm on meds. I've never been on meds a day in my life. I don't want to be on meds. I'd much rather just be angry. My problem is
It's fun.
the problem with medication, as far as I'm concerned, is that the side effects are lethargy, a lack of sex drive, loss of creativity, that kind of shit. I'd rather just be pissed off and anxious. Sorry, I don't want to lose the shit that I enjoy doing, which is being creative and having sex. It's not something I want to get rid of anytime soon, so I'll just stay angry. So, for one, you can get that thought out of your head. Because what that is you trying to imply that I'm weak somehow, and I know that because you've already gone ahead and said repeatedly, over and over, if you got a mental condition, you're weak. There's no real thing as mental disorders, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
Yeah, look, here's the bit. Again, you're straw manning the fuck out of my goddamn argument. You are because my argument always has been and always will be that these fucking disorders that individuals are standing here diagnosed with are evolutionary motherfucking byproducts of our coming up through our fucking ages and shit throughout the history of fucking time, and they're showing themselves in a time in which they're no longer fucking productive, and they decide they just want to medicate them out of fucking existence so the teachers are able to deal with these fucking students who don't want to sit at the fucking desk for 8 hours a goddamn day.
See the last
That's the reality.
The last time we had this argument, I agree with you that people were being overdiagnosed or misdiagnosed constantly and repeatedly. I was totally okay with that. My issue was, and still is, that the numbers you supposedly purport mean something in a certain fashion. Those numbers do not add up to what you keep saying because you only show a small portion of the numbers. If you remember, I went to the website that you didn't provide because I had to go and backtrack from where you found your shit because you only produced a screenshot. I had to go and backtrack, and I found your website, I pulled the website up, and everybody goes, yeah, you know what, that does not sound like it's going to be super credible or actually supporting your fucking commentary. And again, until you can comment this conversation...
It does! Yo, it absolutely, yo, just BBC fucking numbers, dude!
Tonka, chill. You can't keep over-talking people.
Listen, do you guys mind if I chime in real quick?
Yes, please.
Considering the fact that not only do I have meds for my for my mental fuckery, which is my technological term, my professional term is mental fuckery because that's what it is. I try not to take them mostly because most of the time they were prescribed to me as a quote-unquote kill switch. If it gets too far of a point, that is when I should take them. They cause a lot of lethargy in me and a lot of numbness, which not necessarily a bad thing for those moments, but at the same time, it puts me in a place that I'm not a fan of. But that's just me, and I mean I'm a woman, so of course I'm wrong, and of course I'm weak, and of course it's all horseshit.
Well, I think that's the primary reason most people go off their meds, because they make them into a person that they are not, and no one's really comfortable with that.
Well, a large part of that is not just because of misdiagnosis, but also because of lazy prescriptions. If you're going to go on meds, then you need to work very closely with your doctor and record your symptoms, record your side effects, and work really close with your doc to get the perfect dosage down. Because a lot of meds, you could be 5 milligrams off, and it has an effect that you don't like, but 5 milligrams change difference one way or the other, and it works for you perfectly. I've known a number of people throughout my life who were on both sides of that track, and they had a lazy doctor who just gave them some meds and it didn't do anything, or it made them worse. And other people who had a great doctor who worked closely with them, and after a couple of months of working with different meds and figuring the dosages out, they were doing 100% better. But again, it comes down to proper diagnosis and proper medication.
And one of the things too is, like, I went through a 2-year process. Well, let me correct myself. A 1.5 year process of just discussing with the doctor before he even attempted to give me a diagnosis or medication. So that was me, and therefore the medication that he initially tried me on wasn't too good, but the ones that I have now, they do what they're required to do, which is they act as a nice equalizing little kill switch. You know, when I get down to a point like that's really low, because I'm bipolar, I'm borderline.
That doesn't exist.
Thank you.
Yes, it fucking does. The fuck are you talking about?
It was a joke. Fucking chill.
He's actually making fun of Penoid, because Penoid claims that no orders exist. No disorders are there. Nothing is a problem.
Yes, all of my made up orders, this is what I was diagnosed with. All of them are all made up. Whatever. My doctor's is obviously just a quack. You know, he only spent 1.5 years talking to me, just trying to figure out all of the things before he would even try and give me any sort of medication for me to try and see how they would work and function with me, to where I could have the highest functioning point when I was at my lowest points, without it being too detrimental in any way, shape, or form.
Well, I do want to I do gotta say real quick, I do find it fascinating that I just defended the existence of ADHD, and yet the moment I jokingly say that bipolar doesn't exist, then somehow or another I'm being dead serious. But aside from that point,
I wasn't taking you seriously. I want you to know that now.
yeah, I knew you weren't. But ultimately, I do gotta say too, like I was looking at the statistics that were provided by Penoid there, and I do gotta make the argument that assuming that all of that is whatever the case, I don't honestly remember, by the way, Antihero, what the breakdown was, because I don't have the full website to look at it. However, I will say, just judging by what I saw, if you round the number up to 8 million people from the ages of 0 to 17, there's 300 million people in the U.S. and you're complaining over 8 million.
By the way, can you drop the Discord link again?
And the other part of that, Vlad, is that it's not even the full breakdown. There's like
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't
yeah.
remember the breakdown. I'm
there's
just
like 4
saying.
or 5 other charts on there that he's only showing one portion. So no, I understand what you're saying though. Sorry.
Yeah, and so like it's one of those things. It's like anytime a little friend like it's like everybody says that ADHD, man, every single kid was given Ritalin, all of them. It was all a thing. Like so many, it was a fucking scourge. Yeah, except only 4.4% of the entirety of the population was actually diagnosed with ADHD and ADD.
Well, I got diagnosed
respectively.
right after a chess game. That's all it took for me.
They back in the day, this is late 60s, early 70s, they diagnosed me as a kid with, what did they call it? Hyperactivity. That's what they called it back then. And good God, did the Ritalin fly.
Yeah.
Any kid who was unruly, the doctors automatically, kind of like how they had Mother's Little Helper back in the day. Well, that's what they did to my generation, was just medicate the fuck out of them. And Ritalin was the big one. Now it's all Adderall. But
Yeah, when I was 5,
And the vast majority of them were male children too. That's the other bitch.
Oh my
It's like
word!
it's all dudes. Like it's not like it was for the most part. It was all men who were fucking put on this
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Like it was like 70% it was all fucking males.
Like no
and
matter
really they
who's
were just
talking.
trying. What?
Like no matter who's talking, you just go.
Yo, man, Doc got done, and then you tried to chime in, and I had some
It
shit
wasn't
to
a
say real
try to
quick.
it wasn't a try to chime in. I was talking, and you decided you needed to be more important. The point I was gonna make is that I know it wasn't everybody.
So anyway, guys, how about them Cowboys?
Fuck you, you disgusting creature! You bastard fucking beast, you.
by the way, Kadan,
Lord.
are you with me? Kadan.
She might be having issues with her housemates.
Okay, I will say good morning to Desmarie. Hello, good girl. I gotta figure out how to put the Discord link in the live chat.
Fucking boomer.
Yeah, tell me about it. When they're
I can do it.
In the top left-hand side, you go up and you hit the thing that had create link, and you can make one that lasts forever, and you put it in your description, and then you never have to do it again.
I don't want it to last forever.
You can cancel it.
Now,
if
there's this
you're not
wonderful
really
function
like
called
it.
copy paste. You may want to look into that.
Yeah.
Zell says, Penoid. Yo, all them disorders is fake as fuck, man. People just need to nut up and get a job. Also, Penoid. Yo, men are doing the bad shit because systematic external effects on the brains.
By the way, Sir Adamantine is asking to be de-wrenched. Addie is asking to be de-wrenched, so I'm leaving that up to the chat. But
Gimmick infringement. He's stealing Sparky's gimmick.
Did
It is
somebody
all
pay
up
to
to-
de-wrench him?
no, not yet.
Well,
It
then
is
there
the
you go.
capitalized wrench no state, bitches. You want that wrench gone? You just throw in $5 and Addie's name.
By the way, I did post the Discord link, so if anybody would like to hop in, we certainly can afford a voice or two more.
Yeah, and I do got to say real quick too. I do agree. I would, or maybe they would agree, but that I think there is a bit of an issue as well with the pill pushing. As far as from a big pharma point of view, I do agree there's some merit to that. That on some level, doctors are influenced to prescribe medications. But the thing is like, do I think that that's a major issue? Well, I don't really see any evidence of that, and that's kind of like I see a lot of people on the internet say, well, all it is big pharma pushing pills, influencing doctors to push pills, even if it doesn't fit the diagnosis. And although I agree that happens, and I've known people that is, well, a person that's happened to, I have yet to see any like statistic on that would actually show that even makes up like 50% of the cases. So
you're not going to be able to get statistics on that because you're going to have to actually get all the reports, and most of those are just going to be discredited as just crazy people off their pills.
So I do see a therapist, and I also go to regular doctor's appointments and whatnot with the VA. And my therapist has asked me one time, and one time only, if I wanted to think about medication. And I mean, his exact words were, "Would you like to consider meds?" And of course I was like, no, that's not really my thing. As for the VA, the only medication they've ever pushed on me is they said, "You say you have chronic heartburn." And I said, "Yes." "Would you like ranitidine?" "Yes." That's the only meds that have ever been pushed on me is that. And the VA is government run. So if you're worried about, some sort of, big government scam to try and get people on more and more drugs, unless heartburn meds are something that's going to alter my brain chemistry, I think I'm okay at least.
Oh no, it's not that the government's in on it. It's just like big pharma pays off certain lobbyists and certain members of the government just to turn a blind eye.
Well, Risperdal was actually sued massively for overprescribing. Or not, Risperdal wasn't sued. It was Johnson & Johnson was actually sued a while back for overprescribing Risperdal. This was to a point they actually gave Risperdal, which is an antipsychotic usually for schizophrenia, and some psychotic features of other mental disorders. They went as far as to actually give a dementia patient that medication, which, by the way, is not that medication does not at all fit that diagnosis and actually made it worse. And they actually won a 6-digit settlement.
I just looked up the census data for how many people are school aged. It's 80 million people. So if you round it up to 8 million, that's 10% of the population at that age.
School age is what? To something to 18? That still doesn't fit your 5 to 7 year old thing.
That's 5 to 18-year-old kids. There are 8 million of them are on medication, and that adds up to fucking 10% of the goddamn population at that point.
So you're saying 10% of the fucking population are 5 to 7 year olds?
No, now he's expanded it. He's expanded it now to be 5 to 18 over his previous 5 to 7.
I did not say. When did I say 5 to 7?
No. Stop a second. Hold on. What did you say was? What was the number that was 10% of the population?
8 million.
Okay, that wouldn't be 10% of the population. 10% of the population would be 30 million.
No. Out of 80 million people between the ages of 5 and 18.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you meant out of the entirety of the population.
No. Out of the school age population.
I actually wanted to address something in the chat real quick.
Okay.
Evil Dead Ed said that he's never enjoyed therapy, and I got really, really lucky with my therapist. He actually is like attempting to help. a lot of therapists do just rely on checking the boxes and whatnot, and some of them, while they can't prescribe you meds, a lot of them will try to get you on meds, so that way your problems are lesser for you immediately. But mine's like trying to work with me. But the big thing I've learned over the last year or two about therapy is that, first off, you need to be able to have a decent rapport with your therapist. If there's not a mutual respect and trust that's in that, then it's not going to go anywhere. And the second part is that you get out of therapy what you put into it. So I put a lot of work into the things that I'm working on in therapy. I've done a lot of introspection and stuff like that, and trying to figure out why I am the way I am. And pardon me, like I said, that's helped me out a lot, but it's because I've put a lot into it. So
That's gay. Just drink your feelings like a man.
I used to do that. Well, it didn't help as much.
Well, here's my problem where I really run into, right? Like, because there's different populations all over the planet, right? Like, there's individuals who live in India, individuals live in China, you know, I mean, there's fucking the Amish people in America, you know, there's plenty of South American farmers and individuals who live off the land. And, like, none of these individuals have these fucking issues. Like, none of them are standing here fucking on all types of medications and shit.
No, they're just end up molesting the livestock as well.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, though, like, you know, like, and this is the thing, like, it's our society is the thing that people aren't fitting into.
Okay, no.
So you're trying to say that because these people don't have the ability to possibly diagnose or even recognize certain issues, they must not exist?
No, I'm saying that if you fucking if you had to go live in like rural fucking China, right, and you know go fucking work a rice paddy all goddamn day long, and still take your fucking clothes to the fucking creek and beat them with a rock to clean. None of this shit would be a thing anymore. Like most of these fucking diseases, like ADHD becomes an amazing tool at that point for some.
I'd still be an angry, anxious man with PTSD.
And I would
change anything.
And I would still get really bored and not be paying attention to the rice paddies whatsoever.
What
would happen is you'd be arrested for disturbing the peace and then just have your organs harvested.
Exactly. Yeah. And then they'd bill your family for the bullet.
By the way,
you'd end up working all day so you could survive and not starve to death.
By the way,
that doesn't change your mental state.
Okay, well, hold on. Let's welcome Linda into the stream. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, now you've typed quite a few things. What's your take on this?
I don't know. Maybe a bunch of boys that are pussified that are trying to say they have a mental illness. I don't know.
Okay. Anti, have you been pussified?
No. I've just been through some different places here and there.
I
don't think I've been pussified in any way, shape, or form. But
I have been absolutely pussified, man. I am such a fucking raging pussy, man. I just leak fucking pussy juice every time.
I hear Marta will fix that.
Good God.
I know, right?
Well, I'm sitting here and I've watched you guys rage, and poor Cadunt has sat here and took the shit. Single moms are the baddest bitches in the world. We raise these shooters. And I'm sitting here going, you guys have lumped a lot of people into a group, and I don't believe that's very fair.
Well, hold on. Who have we? I understand Tom P is lumping people into different things, but who have the rest of us?
Yeah, I do what I do, you know.
Well, I was saying that all shooters come from broken homes.
Well, I wasn't even
earlier conversation
talking about
they do.
Shooters. I wasn't even in the. I don't think I was even in the fucking Discord stream or whatever for that.
It was misconstrued as saying, single moms cause mass shooters. That's how she interpreted it.
Oh, I would have absolutely not have come to that conclusion whatsoever.
I'll co-sign that one, though.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
We know that.
Sparky says that he's out, so have a good night.
There you go, homie. Go eat a dick.
But I think honestly that there is a very large stigma when it comes to psychiatric help or counseling.
I mean, definitely. I mean, when I was in the army, you basically got told don't go and tell them you have PTSD. Don't tell them you have issues. When you leave the military, don't say shit. Like that was something that we got told. It wasn't like you didn't get ordered or anything like that. You just got pulled aside by a sergeant or something, or some corporal, and he was like, look, just keep your shit to yourself. So when we went through because when you come back from Iraq, you go through this 90 days worth of, they do evaluations and shit to make sure that you're not going to pull a Fort Hood. To make sure you're not going to pull a Fort Hood or a Fort Bragg or anything like that.
By the way, good morning to Magog Morskar, who is in the chat. And please go ahead and continue. I found the Fort Hood shooting incredibly interesting too, but we can get to that in a minute.
Before. I was there the day before, so but yeah, it's just so you go through this 90-day thing where I don't remember the name because it's been a while. I came back 2009, so but you go through 90 days of basically evaluations and shit like that, and you get told, hey, unless you're real messed up, like you think you're gonna kill somebody messed up, just don't say a whole lot. Just keep that shit on the inside. You'll be fine.
But that's the same bullshit you get told by a fucking recruiter when they promise you the world and you don't get it in paper and you get fucked over.
I mean, my recruiter promised me that I was going to have a hellacious time and that everything would suck.
Well, that's a good
one, honest one.
Yeah, that's a good way to sell it.
He lied about one thing. So I did a delayed entry program. So I was working out with him for like 6 months before I actually got into the army. I did PT every other morning with him and everything. He busted my ass, chased me with a truck, all that kind of shit. Tried to make sure I could pass a PT test.
Okay, yeah, you weren't just some name on a paper for him then.
Yeah,
because that's how pretty much recruiters start seeing everything. They're like, I'll promise you goddamn everything. Just sign this fucking paper.
Nah, he was.
I've heard so many bloody horror stories from soldiers.
Nah, he was pretty dedicated. So by the time I got to basic training, I was for the PT test. I was trying to do 70-70-70, and I didn't know you only do 50-50-50 on the PT test of basic training. So the only lie he told me was like, Basic's gonna kick your ass, and I'm like, well, Basic only kicked my ass once I started doing too good. Then the drill sergeant's like, oh, you're an overachiever. Then it got miserable.
Oh, by the way, Sparky dropped $5. Thank you. This is $5 to not de-wrench Addy. He earned his wrench, so I proclaim their needs to be $10 to hit Addy. No, okay then.
Magog says that Soph was completely deleted. Her channel's gone.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fucked up right there.
Holy shit.
Who?
Soph was the 14-year-old girl on YouTube who was basically, red-pilled, and they were trying to make her out to be this, white nationalist, white supremacist, alt-righter chick, but only 14. And they got rid of her. YouTube booted her off entirely, apparently.
They got her.
But-
Goddamn.
But gentlemen, and ladies, back to your thing about the shooters. There's one thing they all have in common. They're all a gun-free zone.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go and sport hunt humans, that's right at the top of the list.
Yeah, you don't want your long pick shooting back at you.
Yeah.
Wait. Walmart. You can fucking conceal carry in Walmart.
Well.
Yeah, but they're not gun-free zones. We're talking like schools and stuff like that where they legitimately have signs posted saying no weapons in this area.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying one of the most recent ones was not a gun-free zone.
By the way, good morning to Trippy in the stream.
I believe
Trippy!
that most of them was gun-free zone, not all of them.
I do think it's a good idea, since we're talking about all these insane fucking people who do awful things, to remember that there are also good people who do good things. Specifically, there was that army specialist in the one where the guy walked into the mall with the AK lookalike. There was an army specialist who was concealed carrying. and he pulled out his pistol and basically protected a whole bunch of kids and got them out of the building.
Yeah.
I think there's every time I see something like that, I feel a little better about that shit. So I think it's good to remember. If you're in the Discord, it should be in one of the biohazardous waste. I put the article in there. It's a decent article.
It's people are saying that I sound too fucking loud. I'll see if I can bring this down a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay, right there should be good. Are you happy now, gaming and yelling? Good God.
Well, I'm actually gonna go to bed.
Would you like to shield before you go?
Yeah, sure. So I have a YouTube account, www.youtube.com/AnuVlad, and a Twitter account, www.twitter.com/AnuVlad. And I do stuff on both. That's all I got. I'm like wore out. Yeah, it's wow. The psychiatric debate killed my brain, Penoid.
Sorry, bro.
It's all right. Anyway,
I hear they make a pill for that.
Yeah, they do.
I was about to say it killed his brain. Now he needs meds.
Right. But anyway, everybody have a good night. You too, Penoid. And
Yeah, you too, man.
and thanks for having me, Doc and Kadunt. And I'll see you guys later.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, Vlad.
No problem.
Sweet dreams.
Sleep good,
You
man.
too. Ditto.
I think Kadunt, and hopefully you agree with me on this. Do you think it's time for a panel question?
Well, I wouldn't know. Because A, I'm just a woman. And B, I'm a woman with made up mental issues. So you shouldn't ask me. You should ask somebody who's, not me.
Well, but see, you've got that you've got that angle though.
I know. I'm just sorry. I'm a little salty today. Like, there's been a lot of shit today. I think.
Well, your brain is 10% smaller than the average man. It's science.
Science.
I would like to meet the average man at least once. So,
The sad part about that was that Beast was quoting a movie, and Tom was like, "No, that's for real science."
It is for real.
Oh no, I'm gonna mute myself again. This is
Dude, that is fucking Anchorman. That is a Will Ferrell movie.
No, I'm saying, women on average are missing a half a cup of gray matter compared to a male.
Okay, so is Step Brothers a documentary now?
It's not. It's a scientific fucking fact. It ain't my fault that science is real.
The tale of Dale Earnhardt.
Bastard Beast.
You don't actually believe that women's brains are as big as the dudes, do you?
Hey, Bastard Beast. I don't want to take this the wrong way, but I kind of love you right now.
Love you too,
Just
baby.
don't take that weird. Just all the homo. I kind of love you right now.
I love me too. I mean, I'm a sexy little bastard.
Yeah.
Well, not little.
I'm apt to agree with that. You're I didn't know. How did I not know you were like this sexy? Jesus. Do it again.
I am one sexy motherfucker.
She meant
No,
make
not
Pinoid
that
look
part.
Like an
The
idiot.
insulting Penoid with the fucking sarcastic comment part. Come on.
Well, did you hear about the new documentary about police brutality? It's called Hot Fuzz.
Oh no!
Cops need to stop throwing fucking.
Oh god.
What was that mumbling?
I say cops need to stop throwing watermelons.
Oh my word! This poor
Look,
child.
how else are they going to get the black people in the cells?
I don't fucking know. Maybe start throwing chicken.
Tell them
Chicken's more expensive. You have to pay for the oil, the chicken, the breading, all that shit. Just go to the fucking farmer's market, get some Melons, you get like 10 criminals in a cage right there with one bolt.
Nah, see, Pinoid's big problem with the cops using watermelons as bait. He keeps falling for it. He'll sit there and he's like, "Whoa, free watermelon!" Wait a minute, this isn't like the last 6 times, is it? There's this guy,
He's the Zoidberg of YouTube. Friends, help me! A cage took me!
He's sitting right next to the watermelon wearing like nondescript clothing. He's like, no, it's just free watermelon. And Pinoid's like, all right. And then he's in jail again.
Wait a minute! Don't insult Dr. Zoidberg. At least he was a doctor.
Oh, no.
Hey, gaming, how you doing?
Good morning,
What's going
gaming.
on?
Welcome to the stream.
I wanted to bring my gay brain into here because my gay brain is smaller too than regular
I was gonna
man's
say,
brain.
like,
Yo, homosexuals on average have higher IQs than straight males.
Well, that's not really a feat compared to you there, Tommy.
Jesus.
No, I'm just saying.
Wait.
With semen.
These are scientific facts, man. I don't know why they're fucking trying to argue with me.
I have to ask gaming a question real quick though. Gaming.
What?
So, what's it like to have Pinoid's lips wrapped around your dick like that?
It burns and gave me itchies. I got literally love bumps now.
Dude, you gave him
Look at those
the
chapped
herpes
ass
in your
lips,
mouth.
man.
Love bumps, no.
I didn't know Tom had the herp.
Oozing the pus of love.
Did you get that from the trailer park or what?
Well, I mean, you guys saw the picture of Tom and the fish, right? I was like, God damn, that fish was goddamn ugly, but I was mistaken. I was like, oh fuck, that wasn't the fish. I was like,
Okay,
I mean, Peter,
Doc.
I love you. I mean, you know,
Doc,
Yes.
we're cool.
what's give us a panel question because I'm starting to feel bad for Pinoid.
Okay.
I took a
It's
nap.
not his fault. It
and
looks like a hot dog that was put in the
wait.
microwave way too long.
I took a nap and I had a dream that the fish was attacking me, and then it turned out to be Pinoid. It was horrible.
It's all
You know, it
wrinkly.
was actually there.
I was
All I
like,
can
Pinoid,
think about now is a wrinkled hot dog, and it hurts.
Listen. Hey, no, I gotta nice this up real quick. Pinoid, are you there? Are you still?
I'm listening, man.
You know you're our favorite vanilla gorilla, right?
I mean, I can't hear what you're saying.
You're our favorite vanilla gorilla.
I know.
Okay. all
I
right.
mean, you're the
Everybody,
only one we
continue
have.
insulting him now.
I mean, he's
Okay.
the only vanilla
So-
gorilla we have, but that's a minor type.
By the way, Evil Dead Ed says Cloudflare is now pulling support for 8chan. And apparently it's trending on Twitter too.
Yeah, they done it, but 8chan already found them a new platform, so they're still running.
All right.
So,
yo.
okay.
Says Fagog of Morscar.
Hi, Magogums.
But then the question is, Doc, you need to look into the background of Cloudflare.
I have no idea about what Cloudflare is.
You need to research them.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of slow, but I
See
think,
who funds them. See who they rally
What the
around.
fuck is blowing?
Who the fuck is windsurfing right now while on?
Oh no, I'm getting hit by a little breeze right now on top of a garage.
Why are you on top of a garage?
Don't ask questions that you don't really want the answers for.
That's a good piece of fucking advice, gay.
Look, Bruce Wayne told me he'd meet me here in like 15 minutes, all right?
Oh well, that's a
You're
good idea.
Making that up.
Listen,
Don't be
So no,
jealous,
this is the
homie.
quietest area I could find.
bastard beast, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. The guy wearing the suit in the dark back alley, that wasn't Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne doesn't exist.
What? But he gave me this.
I have an
bat powder.
article
He said
that I
fucking
cannot post
bastard.
because it's a PDF.
I had to give him like.
I have a scientific journal article that says because women are smaller on average than men, their brain size is smaller on average than men. It's just fucking
Do
fact
you-
the goddamn life.
Do you have to keep beating your own drum there, Tommy, just to make yourself
I
feel
do
better?
because like it annoys me that we keep lying to women, telling them that they're the same.
Well, I hope that
See-
my IQ is a little bit higher than yours, or I'm very disappointed in this fucking world.
My
You
IQ is
say
extremely
average.
high. Just because I sound like a retard don't mean that I am.
Brain
I didn't
mass.
say-
I mean, if he's, I mean,
Brain
if he
mass
sounds
Base
like,
mama now.
Yeah, but the
You
thing,
can, look, seriously, motherfuckers feel some sort of kind of way that I stand here and state off motherfucking facts and they can't comprehend shit. Maybe it's the fact that you motherfuckers is too dumb to catch what the fuck I'm saying.
Tom, it's not that we think you're stating all facts. It's that you don't shut the fuck up. You talk over everybody else, and half your facts are your own fucked up opinion.
That's because I'm better than you.
No, it's because you're a fucking dumbass.
well,
Because I'm better than you.
just because he
being a dumbass.
acts like a retard and acts like a retard and is a complete retard doesn't make him a complete retard. He's just a complete retard.
It
Okay?
just gives you a good
So you all
definition
need
of
to
what's
back
fucked up.
off and leave Peanut alone, okay?
You're right.
Okay,
I'm
hey.
sorry. I'm not supposed to beat up on autistic kids anymore. My bad.
Exactly. Stop
it's-
beating up
Alright.
on the retard.
So,
Well, actually, I got something for little Pinoid's argument right there. Is the fact that northern hemispheric people actually do have a larger brain than equatorial people,
yeah,
and that's only to for our eyesight because it's
It is
darker
a-
up
it
there.
is
We
an
have longer
utterly-
winters, so we have to have better eyesight.
it is also an utterly psychotic idea that brain mass has anything to do with intelligence. I mean, technically, there's animals out there that have way bigger brains than humans, and they're dumb as shit.
Yes.
It's all about the connections of synapses and the higher conscious functions and things like that. So what women's brains are just slightly smaller? It's because their fucking skeletal frames are smaller. But it still functions the same as any other human fucking brain.
Not all. Hashtag not all.
So the idea that women are somehow not as smart as men because they have a smaller brain mass doesn't hold water at all.
Yeah, but in Pino's defense, who has done most inventions out of everybody in the world? So yeah.
Well, hold on. If you wanna go that particular route, up until recently, women haven't really been entering the research force.
Because they don't want to. It's their choice.
Well, no, partially because they want to, but up until that wasn't really even a thing because they were still stay-at-home moms. So I mean, what you're talking about? Oh well, all the major inventions have been made by men. Well, up until fairly recently, most scientists were men. I think in the coming years you'll see a lot less disparity along there. You're still going to see.
I don't
some.
agree. I don't agree.
I don't agree at all.
Phonology. Get real. This is a man's job.
Jesus
This
Christ.
is disgusting. You fucking, how dare you make me fucking agree with Pinoid? You
Well-
fucking asshole.
Maybe if you let me
Fuck you,
finish instead
okay?
of being like
No,
Pinoid and talking over me.
No, I'd rather talk over you because I want to be like
Oh,
Pinoid.
God, yeah, I can tell.
I want to kiss fish too.
I clearly. But the point I was going to make is that while
you are
there's,
literally a fucking asshole.
there's still going to be some disparity there because you're correct. They just don't choose those fields as often as men do. But you're going to see less and less of it.
They don't care about things. They care about people.
I regret coming here. I just wanted to hop in and say hi to Gaming and Yelling and Tom and
I'm a god.
what's up, buddy?
Hi.
Don't you always regret coming here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, I realize that I have no life, and I'm gonna go kill myself now.
Make sure you do it by the well so at least I can find
Hey.
the body.
Now, if I kill myself, I'm gonna be interesting. I'm gonna jump off a building, but before I do, I'm gonna pack all my pockets with candy and gum.
Nice, pinata style.
That way, onlookers will be like, "Oh, that poor son of a Kit Kat, fucking Kit Kat, right here on the sidewalk."
I do have a question for you before you go there, Magog. How's all the housemaking going?
It's going good. I'm getting septic and water put in this week, and I'll finally be able to start making videos.
Nice.
Hey, and you
The
can
reason I
finally
haven't
take a
started
fucking
making
shower.
videos yet is because I realized there's no realistic way for me to wash the makeup off.
Yeah.
I need running water. So I'll be able to finally get rid of the camping toilet, and I won't have to drive to my fucking parents' house or to the gym to take showers.
Glad to hear it, man.
So hopefully that's all done, and I'll get back to work. That's if I have a YouTube channel by the time that happens.
It's hard to explain to the parents all that makeup, isn't it?
No, they know what I do. They know that I'm a brilliant comedian who dresses like a wizard. They don't need to know all the other things I do.
They don't need to know the Friday night plans.
They don't.
My question is, how does a necromancer not have a life? Shouldn't you have those motherfucking things on stockpile?
My fictional character doesn't really exist, right?
Damn.
Yes.
I'm not playing along with your joke.
Just no hesitation there either. Just burst your fucking bubble right off the gate.
Seriously, just no-sold the fuck out of me.
Okay.
Bastard Beast. Magog is the closest you'll ever get to meeting a true Batman.
Like,
You mean Fat Man?
yeah, Batman. Did
I
the
do-
man who met you in a dark alley, did he give you a batarang or a telescope in exchange for pictures of your penis?
Well, it was just $20, and it looked like a telescope, but it vibrated a lot. And it was bright pink.
Don't forget you had to shove it up your butt too, so it could work better.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
I was told to hold it for you, gaming.
That too. I'll make it work
in the
better.
suit, was the man in the suit gaming?
No, it wasn't me.
No, but he did
was
look just
Addy.
like Luis Guzman.
Oh
Ha!
no.
It wasn't me then.
I'd pay to see Luis Guzman as Batman.
That would be one ugly ass.
Yeah, I would buy a ticket to that movie.
Yeah, I'd
I
be
mean-
on the
Okay.
I'd be on the opening night right there.
Okay, well, I have a panel question for everybody. If you could cast any actor in any role, I always think a little more superhero because everything's existed for like 70, 80 years. But you can even do it if they're doing like a remake. So what actor would you cast in a major role for any movie that's being remade or that has a basis, like it did come from a book, it did come from a comic?
Doc, the panel question is way too complicated. I mean, our brains are not capable of taking all that bullshit you just spewed.
Yo, you have a pair of testicles. You should be just fine.
Well, yeah, but I mean, we do have women here in Pinoid, so
Yeah, I immediately thought of something.
go for it then.
Okay, well, let's start with Pinoid.
Yo, Tom Hardy as Wolverine.
Yeah, I'd pay to see that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Tom Hardy.
and
He did a really good job as Bane and Mad Max.
And actually, he is shorter than how he appears on the camera. Because Wolverine, when he came out, was 5'2".
He's a little dude.
Yeah, in the comics.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a
And,
stout.
and he's like beefcake too. You know what I'm saying? Like he's like wide. He got big shoulders, and he's little. So like he would play that part fucking perfectly. He looked the part, and he has a hell of an actor. So I bet he could pull off the fucking like voice and shit right.
Am I the only
Is
one?
your pee-pee tingling?
Am I the only one who heard Pinoy just refer to a man as a beefcake?
Uh-huh.
Yo,
Yeah.
he's beefcake, motherfucker.
And he's,
beefcake, beefcake,
Ah, beefcake!
Man, give me my pancake!
Incel confirmed.
That's what I meant. To
That gave me an idea. What about Jason Momoa for Sabretooth?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
you people saying a bunch of names, and I don't know none of these fucking people.
Okay.
Aquaman.
Okay. Next up, we'll have Magog.
I'd like to see. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there on the line. All right. I'm gonna settle down here. I'd like to see. Let's see. Who's a good actor? I think Chris Hemsworth would be a perfect Magog.
Yeah, get
okay.
the fuck, kick this fuck get out of here. Kick him out, please.
We need the Magog movie with Chris Hemsworth.
He's got the acting
you
experience,
get
right?
Luis Guzman to fucking play your fucking ass.
I'd be happy with that too.
Okay, Deb.
Oh, I don't know. What about Chris Tucker as Thor?
You got knocked the fuck out!
Do you
With my hammer!
do you understand the lightning?
so heavy!
Loki taking a shit.
Can you imagine when he like knocks somebody out with the fucking Mjolnir? Then he's like, "Give me my goddamn money!" Starts
I'm
robbing
gonna
the
take
guy.
these shoes too.
Gaming.
I don't know people's names.
I'm
I'm gonna have to pass because I really don't know no one's fucking names. I don't know no actor's name.
who put
Google the shit.
I swear to God, I'm bad.
I'll take his turn because I got a good second one.
Yeah, go for it.
well.
Tag.
Oh, hold on. We got two more. We'll come back. Anti.
I'm not really sure, but I think Michael J. White could do a good job as Blade.
Who the fuck are these people? God damn it.
Michael J. White played Spawn in the original.
Dude, I just I literally today watched Black Dynamite.
Black Dynamite's fantastic. Actually, the majority of Michael J. White's movies are great. He's a very good martial artist. He's got the right demeanor for playing somebody like Blade, especially if he did in a similar fashion character.
And why is that motherfucker doesn't know how to age?
I think personally, I mean, my answer was more of a joke, but like now that you bring that up, I think if I could choose to change what I said, I'd choose Michael J. White to actually play Luke Cage. Now, the guy who played Luke Cage did good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think in the movie version of Luke Cage, I'd like to see Michael J. White.
I could see that, especially if he
because he's a
went
martial
full-
artist.
Yep.
You give him like the fucking impervious skin, like.
And
That's what they didn't do in the show. They just kind of started him off as a brawler. But in
And
the
he's-
comic books, he was like a student of Iron Fist. You know, like he trained in kung fu.
He's ripped too. Like the guy
Yeah.
is absolutely fucking ripped. So he could pull off Luke Cage real well. That's another good one.
Did I forget?
I just got a new one.
he's hot?
Michael Clark Duncan as Thanos.
But he's dead.
Oh, that would be badass too.
I'd love to see it. but he's dead.
By the way, good morning to Herb Tarlick, WKRP,
I
in
didn't know
the
he
chat.
could choose to resurrect dead
Doc.
actors.
I
Yeah.
also wouldn't mind seeing what is it? Michael B. Jordan, a Static Shock.
Oh. Yeah. I honestly would go see a Static Shock movie.
I would love to see a fucking Static Shock
Me
flick. but
too, man.
Anyone else find it weird they're not pushing him at all?
that is weird, especially when like they're gonna make a chick. They've been pushing a black Superman for a long time, but Static
well, the thing is,
Shock.
they're
One of
pushing
the,
heroes nobody likes or wants, but everyone likes and wants Static Shock.
and they're refusing to even acknowledge him. There's something
Well,
about that.
that's one of the parts of the agenda in Hollywood is they want to replace white characters with black characters. They don't want to use good original black characters. That would be against the narrative.
Well, yeah, but
About
DC,
Clemson.
but DC had what was the name of the line? Milestone, where they had all black characters that were superheroes, and that line, it really didn't make a lot of money, but they put out some really good characters. Static Shock, rises above. But
And one of the other cool things at Static Shock is that not only did he constantly tackle real world stuff because it was based in Detroit and constantly was about things that were going on in Detroit and the black community, etc., but his best friend was a gay guy. I mean, like, it's got everything the mainstream media should devour. They completely.
I thought his best friend was just a wigger.
No, his Richie is actually gay in the comic.
Hey,
I never read the
I have
comics.
some questions before I leave. If you guys want to answer them.
we're almost done with the panel questions, so give me just a moment. Bastard Beast.
I already threw out two.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Oh, young Arnold Schwarzenegger as Colossus.
Man, you guys are really sticking with the X-Men tonight, aren't you?
I'm not an X-Men kind of guy, but we're gonna go to Cadunt.
That was more off of my head.
Cadunti.
Wait, we're hitting the women, so that Kadant doesn't have an answer. Her brain is too small. She's have pity on her. She can't think.
She's probably.
We can't think of Marvel heroes and celebrities at the same time.
She's
got
probably
only
doing
one side of
dishes
her
like
brain.
a good woman. She's doing dishes like a good woman. Okay.
She could be making sandwiches. Don't be
But
biased.
Anti didn't tell me to.
Oh, okay. So,
I'm not hungry.
so,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt as actual Nightwing,
ooh,
not
I
whatever the
could see
fuck
that.
that was.
I actually know
can see
him.
that.
Yay!
No, whatever the fuck
One
that
actor that
was.
I know.
yeah.
Like honestly, like when they did, oh, that's such a pretty name though. I fucking hated that. Like you could have just been like, oh, real name's Richard Grayson, and
Yeah,
then the
but-
rest of us fucking nerds would have been like, oh yeah, no, we fucking know who that is. You don't have to be like, oh, my name's actually Robin. And it's like, that's stupid. That's pathetic and stupid. We fucking hate you now. How dare you? That was so fucking insulting. Why? That was the first start of DC's like mistakes. Right there.
yeah.
I thought,
Yeah, because
I
that
thought-
was Nightwing's
Choosing like
big
that
thing.
all over
He didn't
our fucking
want to
faces.
be Robin
like,
anymore.
How fucking dare you?
But I thought the start of DC's mistakes was not being Marvel.
That too.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, now since we're playing with dead actors, I would like to see Alan Rickman play Doctor Doom.
Ooh.
Another
That could be
Deadpool.
interesting. Another
You got this fantastic.
Well, Magog, isn't this your domain though? Like dead actors? I mean, can't you make this happen? Chop chop.
He only fucks him.
Oh no.
He goes through a lot of Vaseline.
Necrophilia, no!
I'm uncomfortable now. But okay, so we're through the panel question. Magog, you had a question or two to ask.
Well, I thought it would be an interesting question to ask. Two questions.
Okay.
Do you think Idris Elba would make a good Blade?
Personally, I think he's a little too old now.
Yeah, I'd say the
Is he?
same thing.
Okay.
That
And
is
my
that is
second-
my only issue with Idris
My
Elba.
second question: is there an actor out there after the complete failure of the first two movies? Is there an actor out there that you would choose to play Johnny Blaze, aka Ghost Rider?
Ooh.
Well, I would like to say first off that Nicolas Cage will always be Johnny Blaze in my heart.
Yes.
I
Throw that out there.
still like the fact that they had to spend thousands of dollars because Nicolas Cage playing Ghost Rider actually had a flaming skull tattooed on his upper arm, and they had to erase it in the movie.
I can think of one guy, and I'm honestly Tom Hardy, especially Tom Hardy as he was in Venom, where he was especially the part where he was like strung out and losing it. I could see that version of Tom Hardy playing a pretty decent Ghost Rider.
Right.
What about somebody?
I got one.
What about God damn it, I forget his first name. The Amell guy who plays
Amell?
Yeah, Stephen Amell, who plays Arrow or Green Arrow. I think that might work. Or even his brother.
I think the big problem you'd have with Stephen Amell is he's in some weird contractual hellhole. Last I heard. And he's getting brutally fucked over by DC right now.
Well, I mean, this is fantasy.
Oh, that's true.
What about the guy from fucking Hitman?
No idea.
What, Timothy Oliphant?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
As-
a damn good actor.
He's a great
Yeah.
actor, but I don't know if I'd see him as a.
I could see him. I could almost see him as Johnny Blaze.
Sean
I
Patrick
think
Flannery.
He can do the crazy eyes. He can do the crazy eyes, but he can be kind of the younger, more spry character.
I mean, my biggest problem with him is that I watched way too much, and I just can't get the image of Raylan Givens out of my head whenever I.
Raylan Givens
Oliphant.
get justified.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Timothy Oliphant is from like, where's he from? Like, I know he's from like Texas or something. He can pull that accent off really good. You know.
Was Oliphant the one in the remake of The Crazies?
Yes, that guy.
Okay. Yeah, he's a good actor. I like him.
Yeah, he. God, the only role I really didn't like him in because the movie was just shit anyway was Live Free and Die Hard. He was like the bad guy.
Yeah, that movie was one foot in the grave.
I actually really didn't like Hitman.
Oh my god, I didn't know this, but Timothy Oliphant was born in fucking Honolulu.
Aloha.
He's Hawaiian.
I believe it.
Okay.
You want some point out about?
Okay.
Can I flip around to one of Magog's ones? He said Michael Jai White as fucking God damn it, what the hell's his fucking name? Luke Cage.
Yeah.
I'd actually put Michael Jai White as Catfish, and then have Luke Cage be played by Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
But Terry Crews
In
has
the
so
movie?
much comedy behind him. I guess it could work, but
I think it'd be a very different Luke Cage with Terry Crews
I
involved.
think it would be too. Yeah.
What about?
I think it would be awesome and like kind of campy,
No.
and like Michael Jai White's such a good bad guy. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. What about Charlie Murphy?
Didn't he die?
Yeah, he's still dead.
Alright.
I mean, I think that the biggest problem I'd have with making a campy version of Luke Cage is that the Netflix Luke Cage already did really bad, and I think making a campy version of it just would not do it any justice.
No. Actually, if they're gonna do an actual Luke Cage movie, they need to do it in the '70s, like a blaxploitation.
Yeah, but that would get so much fucking flack in today's socio-political environment.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well, they
I
can
like
get
that.
around that by doing the Deadpool storyline.
I'd like to see my favorite comic book character by far, and I have like the first edition of the very first fucking issues of both the comic books, but I have both the first appearance in Swamp Thing as well as the first release of the standalone was John Constantine. Huge fan.
By the way, have you been watching the Swamp Thing series?
No, I don't have DC Universe Online, and I haven't pirated it, so...
Well, I
thought it got canceled!
I can send you a link.
No, I can find it, I just haven't thought about it in a while.
I know exactly who I'd have play John Constantine.
Who? Because I have somebody already in mind.
Oh, I just have Keanu Reeves play it again.
Yeah, he did a great job.
No, that's like I love that movie, but it's like more like an alternate universe. John is.
I mean,
Oh, dude,
I would choose Jason Fleming.
dude, if it was,
Jason Fleming?
dude, if it was 30 years ago, then I'd say, yeah, the guy that inspired the character put Sting in it.
My favorite part of Constantine, though, was actually at the very end. I don't know who it is because I can't remember his name ever, but the guy they got to play the devil, I thought was just fucking spot on. Oh my
Hell
god!
yeah, he was amazing.
That's Peter Stormare. Yeah.
That was just a perfect.
He's such
that
a great
whole
actor.
scene.
I love when Peter Stormare pops up
Well-
in the movie. Like he was in like John Wick 2 at the beginning, like Baba Yaga, like you know, the boogeyman is. He's like a Russian mob boss.
Well, and honestly, Constantine is severely underrated. Just because it's like, oh, it's Keanu Reeves, but he's not the normal Keanu Reeves.
I put a link in the chat of the stream to the IMDb page of Jason Fleming. If anybody doesn't remember who he is, he's been in a lot of movies.
Oh
You
yeah.
probably recognize him as soon as you see him.
Oh yeah, I could definitely see him playing as
And
Constantine.
you know, being English and everything. I mean, God, I first saw him in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. You know?
Well, I remember him best from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, he was
Mr. Hyde.
Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. Yeah, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, he was really good makeup. You know, for that role.
Okay, well, I have a panel question. I've been inspired. If you could recast any movie with Nicolas Cage as the lead, what movie would you put him in?
All of them.
And wait. I'm gonna start with Bastard Beast.
Nicolas Cage. That's funny because like pretty much all of his movies he just did perfectly. Like you only see him as Nicolas Cage. You can't see him in a different role.
Well, he's iconic, but I'm sure you can get one.
Honestly, I'd put him as a Hawkeye. He'd be perfect just to sit in the corner and like make quips.
That's funny.
I just gotta ask real fast. Who's seen the movie Outcast with Nicolas Cage and Hayden Christensen?
Oh, good God.
Where his accent changes like 18 times throughout the entire thing. Oh,
Yeah.
God, that was just peak Nicolas Cage. It was beautiful.
Oh, that movie.
I gotta come visit you just to watch that movie.
Hey, they can't all be Con Air.
That's just peak Nicolas Cage right there. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because you are next.
Oh, a movie I would. Can we come back to me? Because I like having time to think.
Okay. Gaming and yelling. Are you in the bathroom? Are you there? Apparently not. Let's go, Deb.
Nicolas Cage? I don't think there's a role that he couldn't play. Probably, I don't know. The weirdest one would probably be to see him try to pull off Jaws or an iconic movie. Let's see. How
What-
about Gone with the Wind?
Playing the Clark Gable role?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it, Doc.
Okay.
I'd have him play the Joker.
Oh, God.
He'd be a good one.
Actually, yeah, he'd be a good Joker.
I'd have him play the Joker, and I'd have him replace Jared Leto, and I'd have them not cut out his.
I don't know. I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to give the Jared Leto Joker movie a chance because it's kind of based. The origin is kind of based on the Killing Joke.
Wait, it's not Jared Leto.
No. I'm talking about Jared Leto.
Joaquin Phoenix now.
Oh, yeah, it's Joaquin.
I'm talking about Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide.
Okay.
Because that was probably the worst Joker I've ever seen. Apparently, they cut out like almost the scene. So it would be a lot.
Yeah,
better
they cut
if
out a
left it
bunch
in.
of the Joker stuff.
Well,
I also just don't like Jared Leto. So.
Well, yeah, because Jared Leto was actually shitting on the production company, saying, I did a great performance, and it's on the cutting room floor.
Sidebar, Jared Leto is about to play one of my favorite Marvel characters ever written. In a standalone movie.
Which one is that?
Morbius. He's going to be the vampire.
Oh, interesting. That might be worth watching.
Huh.
It's coming
Yeah,
out.
he'd actually make a good Morbius. Like
He's
it'd
it's
be
coming
like
out in
a
2020. He's playing Michael Morbius. Yeah.
But that was Tom Hardy's big problem with Venom. They asked him in an interview. They were like, "Hey, best movie," and his response pretty much immediately the 40 minutes.
Oh, you keep cutting out.
God damn it!
I hate you.
Tom Hardy, Venom. They asked him what was the best part. He said the 40 minutes they cut.
Yeah.
It's still a fun movie. Jared Leto is also, it's rumored, but he's also cast as Ares in the new Tron 3 movie.
They're making a Tron 3?
They're supposed to be, yeah.
Huh.
Tron 2 made enough money?
Tron Legacy was really good and really popular with like Blu-ray and DVD sales. It gained a following after it was out, but it kind of failed in theaters because it was like 25 years after the original film and not a lot of people remembered it. So
Interesting.
But the graphics and the music and everything were so good that Disney kind of sidelined it, but I think they want to keep it going because now they realize there's kind of a sci-fi dystopian, addiction going on right now in Hollywood. A lot of sci-fi.
well,
is doing
that
really well.
and they could easily market it and just tack it onto the Star Wars area for the parks.
Right. So Tron Legacy still did very well, but it took a while to build a cult following because it didn't do well in theaters, but it did well afterwards for like Blu-ray sales and things like that. So
Okay.
people started to realize how good a movie it was, and it was a good movie.
Can I ask a question?
Oh, sure.
Why are they trying to replace Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider?
They're not. That was a question I just asked who you think would play Johnny Blaze, but I don't think there's any rumored projects to replace or to reboot Ghost Rider. I think they should though. Honestly, I think Ghost Rider should be a fucking Netflix original or something like that, an Amazon original or something. It should be a show.
No, they're probably going to do the new Ghost Rider, which is the Mexican kid with the stolen car.
And everything's. I mean, they already had Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. but everything's going to go behind the paywall once Disney starts its streaming service. Gaming and yelling.
Yeah, easy. I want him to be in give me a second. My brain just fucking died. I want him in Twilight.
I just want to forget Twilight.
I like to watch you when you sleep.
Oh God!
We all wish Wesley Snipes showed up at the end. All right.
Just
Gonna take you out,
Nicolas
motherfucker.
Cage standing over Kristen Stewart's fucking bed while she's sleeping, like she's so beautiful.
I will tell you this though: if you wanna have a fun vampire experience, watch like 10 minutes of Twilight and then immediately go watch.
I mean,
And you went dead again. God
out.
hates you. God hates you.
Immediately watch The Dead Air Spirit.
Are you in Discord on a potato internet? Like, is that...
Yeah, no, I am on potato internet 100%.
Oh my God, you sound like shit. You're not one to talk.
Yeah.
by the way, good morning to Mad Metal Man. And good morning to Tom Leach. Good morning, Miss Allie.
What I had been saying was that, and you guys can hear me better now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, usually when I drop it and come back in, it fixes it a little bit. Watch like 15 minutes of Twilight, just enough so you're like, oh my God, I hate everything. And then immediately start watching The Strain. I don't know if you guys remember that, but it just fixes the whole... The Strain was amazing. The book series is even better, but if you want your vampires to be horrific monsters, yeah, The Strain's good.
That and 30 Days of Night.
It's another fun one.
Well, guys, you
because
better
it's
be
actual
prepared
vampires.
because You guys better be
Yo, can
prepared because a sparkly Batman or sparkly vampire is going to be the Batman this coming year in 2021.
You know, I'm actually hold up. Robert Pattinson does have a lot of range. The Twilight stain really fucked him over. So I'm kind of going, okay, I'll give this one a shot. He could pull it off.
I'm honestly, I'm willing to watch any live action comic movie. I don't care what it is. I will watch it. I watch Barbed Wire, for Christ's sake.
We all know why everyone watched Barbed Wire. It wasn't for the story.
Eric Foles
there was a story.
But
right behind Pamela Anderson's tits.
But you know what? I think the most dead-on casting for a comic book character was Lori Petty as Tank Girl.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Eric Foles in the chat says Nick Cage is Howard the Duck.
And play Misty for me. Nice callback. Next up we have Magog.
I would choose, because he's always wanted to play the role, I would choose Nicolas Cage to play Superman, but he would also have to play Lex Luthor. In the same movie. Just Nicolas Cage as Superman and Lex Luthor in the same movie.
And it also
Directed by
has,
Sam Raimi.
and it has to be long-haired Nick Cage.
Right?
Lex, you found my weakness. That's horrible.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah.
Where he's got the super long hair and everything.
He
while
is
he's doing
such
it?
a Superman fan. He named his fucking son Kal-El.
I know.
Like, he's Kal-El Cage or whatever.
Dude, he had one of the few Action Comics #1, but
yeah,
he
it
had
got stolen.
Yeah, but he did get it back, and then he immediately sold it because he owed the IRS millions of dollars. Miss Allie in the chat says Twilight was all about vegetarian, blood-drinking, glittery gay fairies, and not the good kind, and a little about typical pool boy natives that can't keep their shirts on. Pool boys.
She just wrapped all kinds of shit into that, didn't she?
Pool boys aren't supposed to keep their shirts on. Come on. That's their gimmick.
And a really creepy wolf.
Pinoid, it's your turn.
Yo, Castaway. I want to see Nick Cage talk to the fucking volleyball.
I thought he did it anyway.
Oh, Jesus, 2.5 hours.
You know, since you just mentioned
You keep
volleyball,
talking like
since you mentioned volleyball and Nick Cage in the same sentence, I now want to see Nick Cage take Tom Cruise's role in Top Gun.
Yeah, that would be awesome too.
That would be.
Yeah, I'm Maverick.
Nick Cage did play that helicopter pilot that had a problem with vision.
Hmm.
Did he have a problem with his lines too?
I don't know. I can't remember it.
That's
but
a
he
Nick
had-
Cage thing.
a few good men.
Wait. Have him replace Arlie Ermy as Gunny Hartman in Full Metal Jacket.
Oh,
I don't even know how that would work.
That's a fucking sin. No.
yeah. Arlie Ermy. Well, he came in and he bullshitted his way into an actual audition, and he's one of the few guys they just let go and do improv. I mean, his scenes basically were him just being him, just being like a hard ass DI, and that's. See, I don't like Kubrick. I think he's pretty much a hack. But when you let him go, or when he lets an actor go to just do it, I'm sure he did not do like 47 takes like he was known to do with like The Shining and Clockwork Orange and all these others. Arlie Ermy probably came in and nailed it in one take. And
Now I want to go watch Epic Rap Battles of History.
Yuck.
Epic Rap Battles of History. Kadad?
4 score and 69 years in the past, I fought one civil war with my beard. Now I'm here to kick your ass. I read up on your facts. You cured cancer with your tears. Well, tell me, Chuck, ever sit down and cried upon your career? You're washed up has-been. TV selling total gems, and you can lose this battle like you lost in Return of the Dragon.
Wow.
Needless to say, I've seen that way too much.
On that note, I'm leaving.
Good night, my God.
Good night.
Good night, McGog.
Would you
Enjoy your camp toilet.
care to show?
No.
Okay then.
Nobody likes him. Fuck
Well,
off already.
I don't have anything to show because I haven't been able to do content for a while. So
well,
You still have quite a lot of
well,
backlog.
and dude, you can do and you can do teasers for side quest.
Yep. SideQuest is coming back August 19th. So everybody go to the Magog Morskar live streams channel and check out SideQuest on Monday the 19th.
And honestly, you have not yet been struck to stop your streaming, right?
Not yet. It was my first warning, but they deleted the video in question.
Oh.
And they told me that if I break the terms of service again, I will get strikes until my channel is deleted.
Magog's normal channel also has a large number of videos on it that are quite entertaining. So go check that out too if you haven't already.
Well, and you've got a .com too, right?
Well, it's just more of a I have a magogmorskar.com. It's just a hub to kind of lead you to all the links to my pertinent social media pages and all that stuff. So if you need to find me on any other platform, it's a good place to start at magogmorskar.com.
Okay, cool.
All right, BitChute too, aren't you?
Yep, and you can find all those relevant links on magogmorskar.com.
Hey, did they demonetize you when they gave you that fucking warning?
I don't believe so.
Yo, when they gave me my warning, they fucking demonetized me. And now I can't ever get it back.
Yeah, you got your partnership pulled.
Yep.
Nicolas Cage is Captain Marvel.
God damn it.
He couldn't do a worse job. That's for
Hey, you know what, Kadan? I was thinking Nicolas Cage is Catwoman.
I'm gonna put Nicolas Cage as Black Panther.
Actually,
But I want him as every character. I want him as Killmonger. I want him as Black T'Challa. I want him as the White Ape. Like, I want him as all of it.
I was actually going to cast Nicolas Cage in the color purple.
Oh. Put him in Hairspray.
Dude,
Nicolas Cage replacing what's her face from Titanic.
Kate Winslet?
Yes.
Okay.
Draw me like one of your French girls.
in a different accent though.
Yeah, they still have. I still have monetization, but I have the little I don't have the little happy face anymore. It's just the straight face. It says warning.
Boo. Unhappy
Violation
face.
of YouTube's policy on harassment and bullying.
Who the fuck did you bully, you bastard?
And my appeal was rejected.
Oh,
Yo, they granted my. Yo, they fucking gave me my. Like, okay, so I appealed, and then like 2.5 months later, they approved my fucking appeal. They agreed with me, and then lifted my fucking last strike.
Oh,
um,
nice.
okay. How about if they ever make a live action, Nicolas Cage in Rick and Morty?
Oh no.
As
Has
Rick
anyone even
and
considered
Morty.
Rocky Horror Picture
Yes,
Show?
yes, as Rick and Morty.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm on that note. Like, I really am leaving. I gotta go to bed.
Good night, man.
All right.
See you guys later.
We appreciate you stopping by. Thanks, Magog.
Peace out, Magog.
Peace out.
Yeah, Miss Allie, I agree. I always look forward to more content from Magog. I don't care if he wears makeup. I accept him in our magical. Well, in our magical hug box, everybody's okay. So, let me ask you this, Kadant. Do you have a panel question? Maybe.
Yo, I still got like 2 more fucking things. I'd
Nobody
like to see.
cares.
Yo, how about Dean Cain as Superman and the guy from the State Farm commercials as the Green Lantern?
Now, have you guys heard that CW is going to do their version of Crisis on Infinite Earths? And everybody who's still alive that's ever played a DC superhero, they're trying to bring them in to
Real
play.
quick, wasn't Dean Cain already Superman?
Yeah,
Yes.
In a TV show, but never a movie.
Oh,
he was Hawaiian
Yeah.
Superman.
he was a great Superman. I used to love that show.
Yeah, me too.
But they are saying they are in negotiations with Dean Cain, Brandon Routh, even though he's playing the Atom on Legends of Tomorrow, he's also going to play Superman because he had a Superman role, and they've even got Burt Ward, Robin from the '66 Batman, to come in.
By the way, Doc, Nicholas. Green Thunder says Nicolas Cage as Mario and Luigi.
Ooh. Okay, I can see that. By the way, good morning, Green Thunder Demighty. And
Can we just ask for any just a good Green Lantern flick? Is that okay to ask for? Like, I don't care who plays it. Can we just get a good Green Lantern movie?
I like the movie.
You know what?
I mean, I didn't thought it was the best, but I thought it was okay.
That movie was
It made
trash.
Parallax
in
a
every
cosmic
way.
space part. It wasn't good.
you know
It was
what?
trash in all ways.
You know what? To fill that role, I would go with the Jon Stewart Green Lantern.
Yeah,
And let's put Michael Jai White in it. Why not?
that's a good call. You see, no, Ryan Reynolds could have been fantastic, but they did something incredibly stupid, and I'm not sure why they did it. They told Ryan Reynolds in his contract and in multiple meetings afterwards that he had to stick to the script and do not ad-lib anything. The script was the ultimate, and the script was awful. And so he got hamstrung into some ridiculously stupid role that was just shit. It's why he killed himself at the end of Deadpool 2.
Well, and honestly, when he got to Deadpool, he was just like, it was all about the costume for me. Once I was in the costume, I was Deadpool. And he was like, on the set of Green Lantern, I had to wear like the digital ball suit. I never actually wore a costume. By the way, good morning, Full Metal Pickle, and good morning, Tom Leach. And Mr. LM is out of the shower and says hi. Miss Allie, what are you doing to that young, impressionable boy? Are you up to no good? Are you are you looking to pick a cherry from Mr. LM's tree? Leave
By the
that.
way, Doc, I think the Green Lantern was better than Aliens.
Yes.
God damn it.
Yo, that was an awesome troll for a day or two. Yo, I think Idris Elba would do a better job than fucking Michael J. Watt as fucking Green Lantern.
Well, yeah, but he's too old.
John Stewart? He had gray hair on the side.
But Doc, they got the technology now. Look at De Niro. They're making him or casting him. It makes him look like he's 40 years younger than what he is.
I don't know. I saw the de-aging process that they did to Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart in that X-Men movie, and that was creepy. I mean, it kind of looked like, somebody was pinching the sides of their face to get rid of the wrinkles.
Yeah, it looked like plastic surgery.
Duh! Miss Allie. You took away...
Idris Elba's not that old, though.
Did you take away our only virgin? You... Cadunt. Come back.
Yes, Doc.
Did you see that Mr. LM has been deflowered?
I heard.
Oh my. Okay, well, I only have one thing to say. Video or it doesn't exist. It never happened. Give me that Pornhub link.
I'm good. I don't need to see the ruination of a sunshine child.
Yeah.
Mr. LM.
Now, as a sex expert, I'd implore you to go to X Hamster.
Mr. LM, I just want to say that I'm proud of you for finally not using prostate massagers and sex toys and getting some real vagina. Well done.
Yes.
And, she's Miss Allie's a cutie too, so.
On that note, after expressing my pride, my internet just went out again, so I'm just gonna go to bed now.
Good night.
Is there anything that you would like to show?
I too have a channel, but I don't really do much on it. Feel free to go check it out, though. It's Anti-Hero Broadcast on YouTube. You'll have a lot more fun following me on Twitter. That's at Molten Steel. I'll throw it in the chat right now so that you guys can see it. It's MOL10 Steel, like that. Follow me on Twitter. I say and do dumb shit, and I occasionally draw weird things to show people. I do commissions, so if you see something you like art-wise, feel free to ask me. I'm more than willing to work with you. My art's cheap because I'm a cheap fucking whore. Other than that, I do appearances on Monday night over on Moonfest Destiny. I'm a co-host there. Also, you should go ahead and subscribe to Lokemon. It's Lo-Fi's secondary channel. It is criminally undersubbed. She does really energetic and fun boxing videos. They're quite amusing to watch. She's good. Also, go ahead and sub to Cadunt's YouTube channel if you can find it. She makes a ridiculous amount of content.
I don't do shit.
She does all kinds of content. Unsub Penoid's channel.
No, dude, I just got over 2,000.
He just got over 2,000, so if everyone could just do a mass unsub from Penoid, hit that motherfucker like he's that one gay dude who did the gay shit.
What did I do?
Not you.
See this hate? You see the hating? You see the hating? My haters. See how this works? Motherfuckers drinking haterade.
I just want to point out I've been subbed to Penoid since almost his first week. So yeah. I mean, let's be realistic here. He can try and shit around all he wants, but I've been there from the beginning and fucking him over. I mean, talking with him and hanging out. Meanwhile,
admitting you have a problem is the first step to recovery.
Exactly. If you're not subbed to Doc Griffin and you're watching, go ahead and fix that. The button's right there. If Lynn Deb and Bastard Beast have channels, go find them.
Say the fuck off my channel. It's shit.
Oh, well, it's just like mine then.
Mine's worse.
And I recently discovered that Gaming and Yelling has a channel, so...
Fuck you, I had no idea either, buddy.
So go ahead and sub to Gaming and Yelling, and in the meantime, y'all have a great night. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. Mr. LM, you really enjoy yourself, buddy. You finally figured out what pussy's like. Good night, all.
Good night.
Thanks for stopping by.
And no, I don't have a YouTube channel. I just like to troll.
There's nothing wrong with that. I am completely okay with a little trolling. I haven't done it in a while. Oh, by the way, good morning, Mr. LM002, and I hope it's a happy morning for you. That special smile that you can only get from doing a certain activity.
Barf.
What do you mean, barf? You do the same thing.
Yeah, but you gay guys. Well, straight guys too, but they don't leave straight anymore.
Yeah, you just do it in the pooper. The whole
Hell yeah.
Same shit's different.
There's nothing saying that there wasn't any pooper action either, but I'm not going to dig. That's a personal thing. So, Kadant, would you actually have like a panel question to wrap up the night?
What is that sound?
Can I ask Gaming a question?
No, you may not.
Sure.
Yo, if I filled a female's pussy full of shit, would you fuck it then?
No, because you touched her, and that would be fucking disgusting.
It's
He
not
doesn't
the
want to catch
shit.
the penoids.
Oh,
It's that you were even near her. It's just no.
Oh, and I got rid of that bitch I was fucking with, but only because I got bored.
It happens. I mean, I usually fuck only a few times, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm bored of you.
Mr. LM wrote in the chat, Miss Allie, aka the Chinese finger trap. Oh my. A Kegel, perhaps a Kegel queen? Wow.
Oh shit.
There
How you
you
doing,
go.
Miss Allie? You can come holler at your boy.
Kadan? Please come back to me. The mute button does not become you, young lady. Good God.
Win for Kadun. Superheroes. What do you think would be your best personality match?
Good God. I mean, I don't see anybody being more in tune with a character than Ryan Reynolds doing Deadpool.
No, I'm talking about you yourself.
Who, me being a superhero?
Yeah.
Shit. I would rather be Doctor Doom. I'm a big Doctor Doom fan, but if it has to be a hero, I'll go under the helmet for Judge Dredd.
Wait, he's not a hero.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he said somebody you
No,
personally.
he qualifies more of an anti-hero.
Yeah. So
yeah,
what?
but it's still in the same area.
No, it's not.
He's the hero of the story.
He's still an
Dude,
anti-hero.
Dude, I want a
It's
lawmaster.
Deadpool.
I want a
Deadpool
lawgiver.
is not a hero either.
He is,
How
and
are
he
you like-
became a hero
how are you
recently,
like
but
Judge
he's
Dredd?
an anti-hero.
By the way, Tom Leach says, I mean, to be fair, I'd avoid a pussy if Pinoid had touched it like an autistic kid avoids the chicken nuggets that touched his mashed potatoes.
Yeah, no shit. Thank you. He understands.
Well, yeah, she probably got puss fleas now.
Mm-hmm. And love bumps.
And Miss Allie is asking to Kadant, should I call you Mom now that I touched your internet son? Oh my.
I'm gonna just go get this banjo right here.
Ah.
I'm gonna go vomit over there.
Okay, well...
Excuse me, Bastard Beast. Move aside, please. I'm gonna go vomit right there.
You got it on my fucking hooves, dude, you dick. Why is it all white? Looks like a bunch of mayonnaise.
Don't ask. Keep it between us. Keep it between us. But it does smell like pineapple juice, right? What?
Actually, yeah.
If it
Kind of tastes like it too.
If they were kind. Yeah. If they were kind. So what superhero would you be, Gaming and Yelling?
None of them. I fucking hate superheroes. I like bad guys only.
Okay, well,
He's into bad boys.
Okay, well, so would you prefer supervillain then?
Oh yeah, definitely a supervillain.
And would it be Extrano?
It would be Starscream from the Transformers.
I did not see that coming.
Because you had your eyes closed.
Nah.
Next time open them and you'll see the cum.
I don't want it in my eyes. Of course, I'm gonna close my eyes.
Yeah, they're gonna burn. It would fucking burn. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Starscream was actually probably the most complex character they had in the entire series.
I fucking love Starscream. I got so many different figurines of him that it's not even crazy. It's crazy as hell. I'm a huge star. Probably, if I would get one tattoo, it would be Starscream because that's how much I fucking love that character.
And where would you get that tattoo?
Right on his ass cheek with him pointing to his butthole saying, "Make this star scream."
Wow, how'd you guess? Yeah.
Oh my God, you're gonna be tramp stamped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Trans.
You're not
Let's say
trans.
trans. I can be if I want to. Don't judge. Don't kink shame.
No.
Homophobe.
You're okay.
Transphobe.
You're all right. Deb.
I don't know. Storm?
Ooh, that's a good pick.
She's got great hair. Well, no, because like in the early '90s, she did the white mohawk.
She's always
a
had
while.
the white hair.
No, she did a mohawk.
Yeah, but it's always white.
Well, yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
she looked like a doof with the mohawk. It was
She
bad.
made it look good though. She made it look good.
No, she didn't.
Shut up.
It looked fucking weird. It looked like she was about to fight Persians at the hot gates.
And how's that a problem?
I don't know, because she's not a Spartan. But it seriously looked like a horsehair plume.
What about when she actually grabbed Thor's hammer?
Well, she
did
wouldn't
she-
be able to because she has too much self-doubt.
Did she?
No,
where-
she actually did. She
where-
actually hold Thor's hammer once.
Okay, so when she grabbed Thor's hammer, did she cradle the balls?
She did, and she did become a god for a few moments, but she was wait, no. I'm sorry, I got it wrong. It wasn't Storm. It was
I know
Wonder
Bucky
Woman.
did.
No, it was Wonder Woman who actually hold the hammer.
No, that's impossible because those are two different comic companies.
Well, no, they
Yeah,
they did a crossover, and actually, Superman was able to hold the hammer too.
I don't
Oh
remember
yeah, is that
seeing
when they
anything
fused
about-
like Batman and Wolverine together, and then Sabretooth and Joker?
No, not exactly that, but there was a war between Marvel versus Capcom, and in one of the moments, Thor lost his hammer. Wonder Woman picked it up, and she actually became a god. And she was gonna fight Storm, but she was like, "No, I can't cheat. I can't use this power because she would have the powers of a god." So she went 1-on-1 with Storm. But and she dropped the hammer, and she actually lost to Storm. It was actually cool.
Well, yeah, because weren't the fans doing the vote for the amalgam universe?
I don't remember that part, but I know I didn't like how Batman got defeated by Captain America. That was kind of bullshit.
Well, no, it wasn't that, because that was the last fight. That one ended in a draw because of the worlds coming together, and they're just like, "Oh fuck, we got to stop fighting and fix this."
Well,
So-
the
actually,
comic
they're
book
actually
that I
on the
actually
same
saw,
level.
the comic book that I read, actually at the end, Batman, I think, Captain America slipped, and Batman managed to, sucker punch them, and Batman actually defeated Captain America.
By the way,
They were in the sewers. I don't know why.
and by the way, if you guys aren't subscribed to a channel called Bat in the Sun, they actually do live action fights, matching up not only superheroes but also video game characters. And it's like a one-on-one fight, and it's really pretty damn good. They did Wonder Woman versus Wolverine, and actually the fans voted for Wonder Woman to win, which was actually kind of cool because I voted for Wonder Woman.
Well, I mean, she's almost
Wolverine would
has the power of
ban
a
her
god.
though.
Well, no, they were fighting around a volcano, and she beat his ass into the lava, and he still tried to crawl out with his healing factor, and then she just put her sword through his brain.
Yeah, the problem
How
is
did
she
she
wouldn't be
break
able to
the-
get a hold of him. The adamantium would just slice up anything she threw at him.
Yeah, even the sword.
Well, no, because remember, her sword is the magical, mystical sword formed by Hephaestus that supposedly can cut through anything.
Well, then that would have helped. 'Cause, I
Um,
mean, even the metal still has a limit.
actually, my favorite one that Bat and the Sun did, this was before the Deadpool movie came out. It was Batman against Deadpool, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember that. The only problem is they didn't do Deadpool right.
How so?
Because at the end where he said, "I'm counting on it," and shoots off Deadpool's head, that wouldn't have happened because Deadpool would have broken into the Batmobile a week later, took it for a joyride, and completely rearranged all the guns. So Batman, when he shoot that, it would have like the Joker's bang flags come out because Deadpool already fucked with it.
Plus, he has a weird special ability that he could just pull weapons out of nowhere.
Yeah, the magic satchel.
Yeah, which they need to do that in the fucking movies. What the fuck?
Yeah, that whole thing was bullshit because you cannot predict Deadpool. That's his whole gimmick, is he's completely unpredictable.
Okay,
So the
well,
fact that Batman was able to predict his positioning is bullshit.
okay, well, now everybody has seen the first Deadpool movie, right? You know the one gimmick where they're walking up to the final battle and they forget and leave the guns in the taxi cab?
Uh-huh.
That was actually a budget cut because they could not afford him doing a gunfight. So they basically made it up pretty much on the spot and said, "Okay, we're not doing a gunfight, so this is how we're gonna go." And
So they
Yeah,
did
how the
it.
hell are you gonna have Deadpool without gun
Indiana-
kata?
So they made it like an Indiana Jones version.
well, yeah,
It was shit.
yeah, well, he just went slicey dicey on him, which that's Deadpool. Although my one disappointment is they didn't carry Bob over into the next movie.
Well, Bob was there. But
Yeah,
he was in the first
Bob?
one, but he wasn't Hydra Bob anymore.
yeah.
So the character was completely
And
wasted.
who's Bob?
Bob was somebody that in the comic books, Deadpool had to retrieve something from Hydra, and he ran into a guy who he was a Hydra agent, with the costume and everything, but he was so low tier, and he was like, "I really don't want to do this, I don't want to do this job," and essentially Deadpool kidnapped him. And brought him along as a sidekick. And one of the great things when they were doing the comic book series is that, like the first page would usually be Bob posting to Facebook or some other social media about him being kidnapped and what they were doing. It was like, okay, exposition completely out of the way. And Bob was terrified. Bob could not fight. But Deadpool kept dragging him into these major battles, and the only thing he would do is like cower and hide.
And actually, that worked out to a great story when Deadpool went on a suicide quest to kill himself.
Yeah,
And the moment he could kill himself, he realized he fucked up so bad because he just got Bob killed. So that he actually got a reason to live at that point because he realized Bob was his pretty much only friend.
well, yeah.
But that was the good schizophrenic Deadpool, not the modern bullshit we have now where he's just a clown.
Yeah, well, I mean,
The clown is fun though.
yeah, when
He's not as fun as schizophrenic Deadpool, though. You had a really good, deep, well-written character who was funny as hell.
well,
But
and
also,
to be honest,
Oh, you're saying?
I thought they would do the boxes.
Yeah, that's one thing I was pissed off about. They didn't have the thought boxes. They didn't have the voices in their head. And the biggest travesty is they wrote off the voices in his head as different characters. Like, he just had characters inside of his brain talking to him. Like, no, he should be schizophrenic. That makes him a better character.
I can't
Because
disagree.
then he just turns into a douchebag.
Well, I still like both Deadpool movies. Definitely one more, the first one more than the second one. But
I didn't even bother with the second one. I saw what they did to Domino. I'm like, you fucking idiots. Like,
they really did a good job though. I was kind of the same way, thinking like, I don't know if I'm gonna like her, but she was a good Domino though. She really did a good job.
The one thing that I didn't like was the vitiligo Domino mask. I thought that was kind of dumb.
The jizz stain.
Yeah, but she was a good character though.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know the actress's name, but she pulled it off well.
Yeah, she really did, dude.
I am getting to sleepy time, and it's 20 after 5. So let me hit the scroll, and we'll do some shilling. Bear with me here for just a second. Okay, ads. There we go. That needs to go on the top so you don't see my head bopping in all the time. There we go. Okay. So let us go ahead and chill. And if you would please, gaming, would you start us off?
Okay, well, in case if anybody out there may not know who I am, my name is Gaming and Yelling. I run a stream that I play video games on, and it's not really about the video games that I play. It's usually kind of like Doc Griffin. I just have people jump in, talk, and we'll talk about anything. We'll keep it. Usually my channel is drama free, so we just joke about whatever, politics, whatever's in our minds. We'll talk about comic books, video games, whatever. We just basically, the channel is just come over, have a good time, come laugh with us, and I'll do my best to entertain you for a few hours.
Enjoy the chill so you get the thrill.
And there's all my stuff. Join my Discord too, and my YouTube channel is right there, and I do a lot of stuff on Twitter, so hey, follow me.
We got to get you more subs than Pinoid.
It would be nice.
Yeah, so take the 20 seconds, pop on over if you haven't subbed, and ring the bell. Next, Bastard Beast.
Well, my channel is shit. I don't upload anything, so stay the fuck away from it. It's garbage. It's a waste of your time. But if you want good music, hit up Pinky Gulf City Salmon. She's got the voice of an angel. You want good beats? T-Tac can do a wield. But if you're into Warhammer or Warhammer 40,000, hit up Nathan at the Great Book of Grudges. He's got a nice channel, really undersubbed, good content though, so hit him up.
Cool. And for me, since Kadunti isn't around, in the descriptor you will see, Kadunti's Twitter and her YouTube. But also at the very top, we still have Revelation's GoFundMe link there. And she's trying to rebuild her kid's bedroom because there was a leak in the roof that went into the drywall on 3 sides. The runoff basically did a lot of damage, and it's now they've started busting out the walls, and they're finding black mold. So if you could stop over, drop a couple bucks, we certainly would appreciate it. Now, I didn't...
or we make you watch Oliver Twist. You don't want those kids living like Oliver Twist, do you?
Can I have some more, sir? More? You want more?
Yeah, motherfucker! I'll kick you in the balls.
Of course, my Twitter's down there, so when we do no context tweets, it's just easy to pop the link. I also have a Streamlabs, and I would like to welcome the new champion of the evening, which is Golf City Outlaw. And he will start his reign tomorrow. Well, yeah, the reign will start tomorrow. And I don't know. He's already in the Hall of Immortals, but can he become the greatest of all time? We'll see. We'll see. And I also have a Patreon too. That's my booze money. So if you contribute there, I don't consider you a patron. I consider you an enabler. And I thank you for that. And I got to take a drink here because I got to do the thing. Ah, there we go. All slick and stuff.
If you're looking for the finest in bootleg Metokur merchandise, look no further than Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store. That's right, Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store, now featuring Insomnia Ramble Stream merchandise. So stop by Doc Griffin's Tea Public Store and buy something. Damn it.
And with that, I'd like to thank everybody who was on the stream this evening. That includes Anu Vlad, Antihero, Pinoid, Bastard Beast, Lynn Deb, Gaming and Yelling, and of course Magog of Morskar. But of course this show is not as good without our chat. And we certainly appreciate you. You help keep us lively. And who knows? If you've got a good take, then we'll get you over to the Discord, get you on the voice chat, and make your monkey ass famous. So, my thanks to all the people who were in the chat. Thanks to all the people who were on the stream. And from my mystical, magical, malevolent, maleficent, mandingo co-host, Kadant, and myself, Doc Griffin. Thanks everybody for coming out, and if you could please, just do me one favor. Leave the money on the dresser. Bye.